Football season is back, ladies and gentlemen. We are right here at Strider Field in Jamestown, New York, as the Jamestown Red Raiders will open up their 2021-2022 season against the Orchard Park Quakers. Once again, right here at Strider Field in Jamestown, New York. I'm Norm Rodriguez along with Tom Prince. Tom, how are you doing as we approach the evening?
Come on, it's football time. We're here, we're live. We may have one of the top games in Western New York right here tonight as Jamestown takes out, right now, a rivalry game. I don't care if it's right now a conference game or not. This is still a rivalry game, and no doubt these are two teams that want this win.
And I'm expecting a very good game tonight. And even during warm-ups, it looked like Orchard Park's quarterback, Ben Gosella, he was looking really good warming up. I think he's going to try and carve Jamestown up like a turkey. If they can get a good pass game going with him, there's no reason why Orchard Park can get a chance to pull out a W here at Strider.
Listen. But you got to remember, Jamestown right now has got two perennial guys that are going to be up for the Conley Cup this year, and their quarterback can do the same exact thing that's out there. Trey Drake will be ready for this one. There's no doubt about it. Trey Drake is going to be ready. Trey Drake is going to make sure that he makes his imprint on this game. And then, let's not forget about, we got a running back in Jalen Butera
yes, they do.
that can absolutely light up a game. If he gets to the outside or he breaks a hole, watch out. There's just about nobody in Western New York that can catch this guy.
Oh, and in the playoff game against South Park, though, it ended in an overtime loss in that game. Butera ran for 255 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. He ran for 1. He threw for another, but that was in the last game of the regular season last year, which was coincidentally earlier this year.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be something. But I'm going to tell you right now, what Orchard Park is strength year after year is the offensive-defensive line. Every game is won within the trenches. That's where I'm going to be looking for in this game. Can Orchard Park be the Orchard Park that everybody knows about and own the trenches in this game? Listen, Jamestown's got something to say about it because this line comes back. They're big. They're strong. I am going to look to see who wins this battle. It's going to come in the battle of the trenches.
And I do not disagree with that, Tom, but also Jamestown's known to be very stingy defensively. At home, they do not give up a lot of points at all.
I totally agree with you. And the last time they gave up their most amount of points was when South Park came down here, right?
South Park put up 30.
And you're going to talk about this is the type of line and everything to expect. What you're going to see is that big line. Remember, now you're going up against to the AA conference with that line. But we're going to take a quick break as they're doing the national anthem right here. Well, I'll tell you, this crowd is something to watch right now, right? Jamestown is here. They are ready to represent. You know, if you've got a game in Western New York and you've got Miggy Rodriguez, you've got Harry Skull here and there, you know you've got a game and you know you've got a top game here in Western New York.
That is for sure, and the fans here at Jamestown, it is packed. It's packed here in the bleachers right in front of us, and another big thing here in Jamestown, the marching band is back this season.
Which is great. Listen, you want to feel like we're getting back to where we were. You're seeing the captains right now walk out as you're going to see both captains come out for both teams. I'm telling you, this is going to be a game that no doubt is going to be a game that you're looking for. But I'm looking for it for 2 different reasons. What is Jamestown's ultimate goal this year? Jamestown is looking for what? I want to march on to a sectional championship and march on farther than that into the state. Well, here's your barometer right here, because you got one of the top AA teams in the area that you're now going to see your barometer exactly where you stand. Orchard Park on the flip side, what are they looking at? I just talked about a little earlier that line. I'm looking at it as you got rid of, or graduated, not got rid of.
Right.
You graduated an entire line that was solid last year. But you got this offensive line that came up from JV that was unbelievable 2 years ago that now gets its chance that's out there. So can you prove and be that line that they were last year and give now Gasella and Evans and Gasella, the older Gasella, the wide receiver, Jeremy Copeland, Keegan Mancabelli. Are you going to give those guys now an opportunity to get time for your quarterback to be able to so he can get the ball down? That's the question that needs to be answered. What is going to be, which line is going to show up for Orchard Park?
And we're about to get some answers right now. Orchard Park did win the toss, and they want the ball first. They want to make a statement right here at Strider Field. Most teams these days usually want to kick it off, but Orchard Park, they're going, no, we want the ball first.
Well, just look at, and I know we can't see it, but I'm going to tell you, you're talking about full stands right here for Jamestown. We look across the way, Orchard Park's still coming in, but definitely not the same crowd over on the other side. So you want to take out that crowd is what you're looking to do and come up big, hopefully, on an opening drive. Exactly what you said right there.
And the Jamestown unit for kickoff is getting ready to go, and we're about to have the season underway for 2021-2022. And here come the Orchard Park Quakers return unit. And the deep men for them are Dylan Evans and Evan Horton. They're going to be the two returners for Orchard Park.
Is it Horton or Mancabelli? Because remember, Mancabelli changed his number. Is that 24 out there?
Oh, yeah, that is 24. Yeah, Mancabelli. Yeah, there was that number change.
He had changed, so we apologize. That's Keegan that's out there right now. But I'll tell you here, this is a big start, right? Get your field. Dylan Evans comes up big last year. He's the sophomore that now goes to the junior that I'll tell you, he was one of the top sophomores in the state as far as receiving yards. Watch out. He is a threat offensively for Orchard Park.
And Caleb Bain's going to put the toe to the letter, and the kick goes right down the middle, and it gets fielded over there by Evans. And Evans finds a gap in the center of the field, but Jamestown not fooled and stopped at the 31-yard line. And so it's going to be first down and 10 for the Quakers. And here comes their first offensive series of this new season.
Listen, I love when I see an offensive lineman out there kicking. I love it, right? You can see number 52 out there. That is number 52, which is Caleb Bain out there, 6'1", 265, kicking off right there. I love seeing that.
Oh, some of them can boot the ball, and there's also some big guys that can run, too. They can fly like the wind. But it's going to be first down and 10 here for Orchard Park. They're at the 31-yard line to start, so very good field position. And it's going to be a trips right, one receiver left, and here comes the snap. And going to throw it off the bat, and that is complete. It gets caught there by Jeremy Copeland, and the man on the tackle was number 7 for Jamestown.
And that's one of the receivers we said watch out for. Remember, Copeland was one of the ones. He's the junior that now comes out to be the senior. Big play right there, and what you want, first play, just something positive. It's exactly what Orchard Park does right there.
And that was a gain of 6 yards on the completion, so it makes it second down and 4. Going to be a 4-wide set, and the back in motion, and here comes the shotgun snap, and here's a throw on the same side. Flag on the play, caught by Copeland. He does get about 5 yards in the play, but we got to see what this flag's about.
Yeah, early flag. You think it was a false start is what I'm going to, probably assume right there. Normally that early in a flag, somebody jumped is what you're looking at.
It's one of the common ones.
But I'll tell you, boy, they're talking this one over, a while here for something that and you see the sideline, Jamestown is not too happy on the sideline over here.
Wondering maybe if the flag just inadvertently fell out of the pocket.
Yep, they're picking it up.
There is no flag up.
No flag. They're picking that one up. So obviously they talked about whatever it was, and which means now first down Orchard Park. Copeland comes up big right now with 2 catches early on in the game.
Sometimes it's all about the small details. Orchard Park going a little bit at a time, but it's working their first 2 plays. Let's see what they do here. It's going to be a first down and 10 at the 41-yard line. And there is a motion man, and here's the snap, and it's going to be the first run play of the game, and finds the gap, crosses midfield, and finally gets brought down inside the 45. That run on the play was by Jacob Dobosh, and that was a pretty good run for him.
It's a great run, and you think that what happened was the pass set that up, right? Because you've seen right now, you're spreading out that defense, what you do, and now, what did I say? You got to win the trenches,
Yes, you
and
do.
that's a win by the trench right there for the Orchard Park.
Got to throw your opponent off their heels sometimes. It's 1st and 10 at the 43. That was a gain of 16 on the run. It's going to be a trips right with 2 slot receivers. Man sent in motion, and here comes another shotgun snap. And going downfield on the right side, man wide open. That's caught. 5-yard line and in the end zone for a touchdown. That is Dylan Evans, and that throw by Gosella, that could not have been any better. The only person that would have caught that was Evans, right at the numbers, 6 points right off the bat.
What I tell you, there's your offensive threat. Watch out. We just talked about him. And Dylan Evans comes up huge right there. And it's exactly what you talked about earlier. Orchard Park comes out, has to make that statement, do what they can to keep the crowd a little bit quiet. And, boy, Orchard Park looks like we're ready to play some ball.
They're meaning business to start off. It's going to be Lincoln Egan kicking the PAT, and Gosella's going to be the holder. Here's the kick on the way, and that's right down Broadway. Kick is good. 10:27 left in the first, and Orchard Park draws first blood here, 7-0 over Jamestown.
And, again, I'm going to look at, first let's start. How much time did Gosella have to throw right there?
I would say less than 3 seconds. He got it out quick.
No, meaning, though, but nobody was near him. Meaning the line protected him is what happened out there, right? And I love what you're seeing is they're actually using Dobosh. Did you see him? They're using him as a blocker, too. And he's doing a great job. He's almost acting as like a fullback is what he's acting as out there. But Dobosh come up helping there, giving his guy time. When you got your quarterback with time like this to find an open guy like Dylan Evans, and that kid's got some wheels to boot, watch out. It could be a long day right there.
Yeah, and the guy that was covering him, Sean Page, he got burnt by a good 3-4 yards. Page tried to recover, but it was too late. It was already a touchdown there for Evans, but Jamestown's going to get their first possession of this new season, and the deep men for the return, it's going to be Jalen Butera, who has shown to be very good on special teams returning as well as he does running the ball. I'm excited to see him get his first handoff from Drake.
Oh, listen, no doubt. What's Jamestown's strength right now, right? We know it. It's their offense. We know what they're going to come out and do. We know we're going to see Butera. We know we're going to see Drake. Now it's going to give their opportunity to get the ball and do exactly what they're capable of doing.
And this is still an early game. Obviously too early for Jamestown to panic as Egan will boot the ball. And that's a nice kick. A knuckleballer down the middle of the field. Gets caught by Butera at around the 12. He crosses the 20 to the 25. Ramming through the defense. Gets past the 30 to the 34. That's a 22-yard return there by Butera. And those were yards well earned there by him as Jamestown's offense will hit the field. And their main guy under center who had a great season last year, like you said prior to the start, Trey Drake.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this kid not only passing everything we talked about, he has the other intangibles, though, also. You're talking about a true leader out there on the field, and that's what he's going to do. You've got somebody you got under center. It's like having another coach out there on the field. He is that legit, and he's shown it since his freshman year, I'll tell you that.
And there was a few extra yards, so the ball's at the 38 to start. Here's Butera's first carry of the game. He gets to the 40, and running through the defense, gets past the 45 to around the 47. Not even a wall, and Orchard Park defenders can stop Butera from churning the legs, wanting those extra yards.
When you can run up the gut like that, right, that's a testament to your offensive line. That offensive line opens up the hole. Butera does the rest, but give that offensive line credit for that hole the way it opened up.
And a quick hurry-up offense here by Jamestown. It's going to be a trip stack over on the right side. One slot, two receivers on the line of scrimmage. Here's a snap, and it's a give to Butera again. He crosses midfield, got more than enough for the first down, brought down inside the 45-yard line, and that's going to be a Jamestown first down.
2 runs right up the middle is where that was, right? You've got to right now, this is where you've got to see the defensive line right now take over for Orchard Park if you're going to stop him. But, boy, Jamestown doing exactly what they want, winning in the trenches on the offensive side of the ball now.
And so far, so good for Jamestown, looking to counteract the touchdown they gave up defensively. And here's the give to Butera again. Breaks a couple of tackles, but this time not fooled by Orchard Park. That was about a 2-yard run, but if you're Orchard Park, you will take that happily. Beats a big gain.
Tackle on the play, number 29, Brody Stevens, the junior right there.
They're going to give Butera 3 yards on the run, so it'll be 2nd down and 7.
2nd down and 8.
And here comes the snap to Drake, and it's going to be another run. This time it is to Ben Anderson. Anderson breaking some tackles and gets inside the 25 to the 24. 16-yard run there. One of the guys to bring him down was Alex Crescente, the defensive back.
Alex Crescente, Gavin Gasella was also in on the tackle on that one.
And they're nearing that red zone. And only 9 minutes left and counting in the first, so both teams running the offense really quick like a cash register. And here comes the snap. And it's another give to Butera, finds the middle of the field, breaks a tackle, breaks another one, and he's going to walk standing up into the end zone for a touchdown. First one of the year for Butera, and picking up where he left off earlier in this year.
But what did you see? You see that middle wide open, right? That offensive line is doing exactly what it needs to do, and the minute Butera sees that hole as wide as it is, it's lights out. He's going to take it right to the house.
And it was split like the Red Sea, and it's going to be Ella Profiter kicking the PAT. She was also the kicker for Jamestown last year. And here comes the snap, put down. Here's the kick on the way. That's blocked. Kick is blocked, so it's going to remain 7-6, but Jamestown does get a touchdown. However, Orchard Park still has the lead.
And that block was, it looks like by number 21, Alice Crescente, I think, is who blocked that one on there. So that's a great block right now because, listen, we've always said it, and it's funny, we were talking on the show that we did Frank Wolf and I did, right?
Okay.
And Frank Wolf was going on and on and on, right, about special teams is what he was doing, right? But special teams is huge. And if you can't make the extra points or the defense does a great job and block extra points, that could be the difference in a game right there. It really can.
Yeah, and missed PATs, even though it's just 1 point, they can be costly. There's been games where there's a missed extra point, then the opposing team scores a touchdown late, kicks the PAT, gets it through, wins the game by 1.
So we already got a score from our other game that we're doing right now. East Aurora has taken a 7-0 lead over Burgard.
So one of a handful of games being played, and it's great to be back here once again. Strider Field score 7-6, 8:46 left in the first quarter.
So what do you see, right? We've got literally not even 4 minutes have happened in this game. We've gotten a score by each team. So what have we learned from this is what defense now is going to make the changes necessary to be able to stop the other team's offense. That's going to be the key right now. So what changes defensively are going to be made by both teams to be able to stop the other one?
And that was a nice kickoff there by Bain. That gets fielded once again by Evans, who just scored that touchdown for Archer Park. But he's not going to get much of a return, brought down by a big group of Jamestown defenders. And one of them I got a view of was number 9. And there is an injured player down the field for Jamestown. It looks like it's Caleb Bain, the guy that does the kickoffs for Jamestown.
And on that tackle was Kyler Nickerson, number 9 is who that was. We're going to take a quick timeout while they take a look at him on the field. So we'll be back in a second. We're going to take a quick timeout, though, while they look at him on the field as we see Orchard Park take over on offense.
When you're ready to buy a home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. You can find new listings before they appear anywhere else and refine your search for immediate notifications of similar properties. Plus, get pre-qualified to make your offer stronger and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent who knows your area and how to close the deal. So when you're ready to buy, visit howardhanna.com and find your home fast.
I love being home.
And we are back, and it was indeed Caleb Bain who was a little banged up, but he got up on his own power, which is always a really good sign. And he's the main guy that does the kickoffs, and he's boomed them pretty good.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's a guy you don't want injured, no doubt about it. So now, it's exactly what we said. What changes do we see coming from Jamestown right now to stop that offense right now for Orchard Park? But you've seen it 2 different ways. We've seen Orchard Park mainly go by the pass, and we've seen Jamestown do it mainly by the run, right?
Yeah, Drake didn't throw one pass in that drive.
And we know what Drake's capable of. So don't think that's it, and that's the only way Jamestown's going to score.
It's going to be a shotgun formation, empty backfield, trips left. Here comes another throw, and that one is caught once again by Evans. Evans gets past the 40, and he does get brought down on the play. And the tackle was by number 13, Darius Freeney.
Big catch. But again, you're seeing those quick outs right now. Orchard Park, which sets up some of those long throws, right? We saw that set up to Evans in the first set of drives.
And looks like Orchard Park's going to do a little hurry up as well. And it's going to be, once again, a trips right and a one receiver to the left with only one back. And here comes a snap, and it's going to be a give once again. And crossing midfield, there is a flag on the play. The give was to Jacob Dobosh. And that's usually in the area of holding the direction the flag was thrown.
Yep, that's what you think. And it is a hold. But I'll tell you, 2 good runs, though, by Orchard Park, showing Dobosh can run the ball and that they've got a running game. Because think about it, he went for almost 20 yards the first time. That would have been a 10-yard rare. 2 runs would have been for 30 yards if it wasn't for that hold.
And that could be big for Jamestown, too, with it being a 10-yard penalty. And from what I'm seeing, what they need to start doing a little bit, even though it's just Orchard Park's second drive, crank up the pressure a little bit because, from what I'm seeing, Gosella's had a lot of time to throw the ball.
And again, you say crank up the pressure, but at the same time is how good is that offensive line right now doing that? It's the same on the flip side, right? How good is Jamestown's offensive line to open up the holes the way they did? You've got to give credit right now to both offensive lines.
As both teams scored touchdowns on their first drives respectively, and here's a snap at Gosella, and runs outside the pocket, pass incomplete. That was intended for Brody Stevens, but it was a high throw because of the rush by Jamestown, and that's as close as they've gotten to Gosella so far.
And that's a great job right there. It's the first time we've seen them really get into the backfield and cause a little havoc right there. And when you cause your havoc and make your quarterback get on the run right there, that's when things can happen for your defense. But a big stop right here is now you've got a second down and 20 here.
Yeah, and it's definitely a throwing down unless you try to give it to Dobosh, who, from what we've seen with his 2 carries, the one was nullified. He's looked pretty good running the ball. But here comes the snap once again to Gosella. He'll look to throw, stays in the pocket, throws the middle of the field, incomplete. And a hard hit there on it. That was by Butera. And the pass was intended for Adam Velasquez. And just one where it tipped off the fingers. 3rd down and 20. So this could be big here for Jamestown. Get a little bit of that Mo shifting in favor of them a little more.
Listen, I've seen Adam on the baseball field. That guy can run anything down in the outfield. So listen, if that ball is going to come near him, he's going to be able to catch it. Just a tough catch right there. But listen, now you're talking about 2 big defensive stops. But I want you to see something here. You can see when they're definitely going to pass the ball because you'll see Dobosh come right up. See how he's coming up?
Yeah.
Look, coming up into the thing. You know right now it's going to be a pass play.
And here comes the snap on 3rd and 20. He's going to shoot it long, and that one's caught by Velasquez. And that's more than enough for the first down. That's going to be a gain of 26, 27 yards. Even so, move those chains, Orchard Park. They successfully convert the 3rd down and 20, and now they're able to continue this drive.
I promise I'm not paying him, even though every time we've said it, right? We called Evans touchdown. We called Velasquez big play. Right? No, I'm kidding. But that was a big catch right there and a big play right there by your quarterback, Ben Casella, as he finds the open man, Velasquez. That's huge. 3rd down and 20 to be able to get yourself a first down. Give a lot of credit right there.
And Velasquez is sent in motion, and here's a snap, and it's a give to Dobosh. Dobosh trails off, gets to the 40, 35 to the 30, and he's forced out of bounds at around the 26. And one of the guys to bring him down was Trayvon Blakesley, number 11.
But another big run by Dobosh. But again, we talked about it. Did you see how he stays back?
Yes, he
You're
does.
right now almost seeing when that run play is going to happen. And the only question is, does that get given away at all? Or are you going to start seeing different sets with Dobosh staying back? That's going to be the key right here. So let's see what Dobosh does right here.
It's going to be a trips left. One receiver to the right. Dobosh, the only back. And shotgun formation once again. They're at the 26-yard line of Jamestown. 7:15 left in the first. Orchard Park ahead 7-6. Jamestown in a 4-3. Here comes the pass, and that one is caught over there. That catch was by Brody Stevens, and he gets stopped right away by Butera. Talk about running into oncoming traffic.
Butera, got him by the shirt. Did you see that? And just kind of took him down by the shirt is the way he took him down. It wasn't a bad play at all. He actually got the middle of the jersey is where he got it and took him down. But listen, that was the first time we really saw Dobosh stay back, and it was a quick pass play right there. So now you're starting to see them use Dobosh a little bit differently, that you can see they're not going to give it away.
It's going to be a 4-wide set. Trips right, one to the left, and Dobosh once again the only back. It was a 3-yard gain on that pass completion to Brody Stevens. It'll be a 2nd down, 7 at the 23 of Jamestown. And Gosella takes a shotgun snap, rolls to the right. He will throw, and that one is caught over there by Evans, and he gets brought down at around the 10-yard line by Ben Anderson. But that is enough for another Orchard Park first down.
And I'll tell you what I've liked so far from Orchard Park, it's not one receiver, right?
Right.
What have we seen already? We've seen Evans. We've seen Copeland. We've seen Velasquez, right? We already know if Roman Casella was in this game, who is out due to injury. Roman Casella is another one they'd be out there passing to. And, oh, by the way, we still haven't called Keegan Machiavelli's name, which we know is going to be able to catch the ball.
And that's what is called spreading the wealth, and it's been done very well so far by Gosella and Orchard Park. And another give here to Dobosh, and this time it's read beautifully. And that was Ben Anderson jumping through the gap and stopping Dobosh for what will probably be no gain.
And the other name I forgot was Brody Stevens has also caught a pass, right?
Yes, he has.
So you've really seen them spread the wealth right there. But a big job by Anderson. Anderson coming up big defensively. We've seen him make a couple big plays already defensively on the sideline and now right up the middle.
So that was a loss of 1 on the play, so it'll be a 2nd down and 11 at the 12. They can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. They would have to get to the 1.
This drive has almost taken up the first 2 drives of both teams.
Maybe combined.
It is combined.
Trips left. Here comes a snap to Gosella, and he'll just dump it off, and the pass is caught, but met right away. The tackle was by number 53. That was Drace Garland.
And that was to Brody Stevens right there, too, as Brody Stevens came across the middle right there. But now another big 3rd down play.
That was a gain of 4 on it, and the question is, should they not get the 3rd down, what's Orchard Park going to do? But let's see what they have to do on this play. And it's going to be a 4-wide set, 2 on each side. Gosella takes a snap, throws end zone, and incomplete. Almost got caught there by Dylan Evans, but just in the nick of time, once again, that was Darius Freeney with the breakup, so it's going to be a 4th and 7 at the 8-yard line. Let's see what the Quakers do here.
Good throw by Gosella. He really put it where I thought only Evans could catch that right there.
It was a nice throw.
Almost came up with a big play right there. That would have been a huge play. It looks like I think they're going to go for this.
Honestly, I like this decision. You're only up 1 point. You're on the road, and you want to keep making that statement. It's a 4th and 7 at the 8, and should they fail, Jamestown will be pinned very deep on their own end. So this would not necessarily be a bad situation. Gosella will take the snap, throws end zone, and that's a touchdown. And once again, that's a Dylan Evans, his 2nd touchdown of the game. Makes it 13-6 with 4:53 left in the first quarter.
Boy, Dylan is very early saying, boy, watch out, Western New York. I am a top receiver around here with 2 big touchdowns early. Dylan Evans making a big statement along with his quarterback, Ben Gosella.
And here comes the extra point by Lincoln Egan. And here's the drop and the kick, and that one's blocked. It looked like it got deflected off of a Jamestown helmet, so back-to-back block PAT. So that's big for Jamestown. Don't got to worry about a 2-point conversion for the time being. Score 13-6, 4:53 left in the first, and Jamestown about to get the ball back.
Listen, we got a game here, folks. This is everything we could have asked for and more. Both offenses stepping up right now, huge. Now Jamestown getting a chance to answer. And remember now, missed extra point right here. Now the same thing happened. Now Jamestown doesn't have to worry about a 2-point conversion. Just needs that extra point right now to tie things up and to keep this game all squared, especially with the drives that's going on. We've got a new update coming from the East Aurora Burgard game as East Aurora leads 7-6. Burgard has now answered East Aurora. We've got a 7-6 game right now.
Sounds like that's being a good one so far. Though we're here at Strider Field in Jamestown with another good game going on so far, 13-6. Jamestown is behind. However, they're about to get the ball back as Egan will put the toe to the leather.
And I wouldn't even say behind. I would just say is they haven't had a chance to have their second opportunity
yet,
which is now about to come up.
So Egan gets ready to boot the ball. And here comes the kick, and it's a high poocher on the right side, gets fielded at around the 15-yard line, and here comes a swing to the left, to the 20, to the 30, bolts through it, rammed through the kicker and another player for Orchard Park, and if one of them would not have been there, he could have broken it.
That's Trayvon Blakesley?
Yes.
So, listen, you think you're going to kick the ball away from Butera, right? And then what happens? You kick the ball to Trayvon, and he takes it right up the middle right there and almost breaks one out for a touchdown.
Even so, still a great return and great field position coming up for Jamestown. They're going to be at their 40-yard line. That was a 25-yard run back by Blakesley, and here comes the Jamestown offense, and pretty much besides one run by Ben Anderson, it was all Jalen Butera the first drive for Jamestown. Let's see what they will do to follow it up to try and tie this ball game.
So let's watch the middle, right? This is where they had it the first thing. There's been some changes on the line already for Orchard Park. Let's see how they do to make some changes.
And that was a screen pass to Butera, who was set in motion, but it gets read right away by the Orchard Park defense, so trying to use Butera in another way, but this time Orchard Park was ready.
Yep, and again, you're looking right now, and it looked like that tackle was by number 34, Cross Rapini, who was the first one in on that. But again, what we see every run that happened right now for Jamestown was right up the gut, right? So that's what you want to look at is right now in that middle right now. Can Jamestown keep opening up those holes for Butera?
It was only a 1-yard gain on the pass, so here comes the snap. Drake will throw again, and that one's caught and getting to the 45-yard line and being stopped right there. That will be a gain of 4 yards, and the guy to bring him down, that was Brody Stevens, who had a couple of catches in the last drive for Orchard Park offensively.
Yeah, Brody Stevens, very good on defense, very quick to the ball, sees it real well. Definitely a guy you want on your defense, but Brody comes up big on that one. So now, flip it. We've seen Orchard Park come up big right now on third down. Now, Jamestown's got to do the same exact thing.
It's a 3rd down and 5 at the 45. So it would be a trips right stack, 2 backs in the backfield. Here's the give to Butera, and he will cross midfield, and he'll have enough for a 1st down.
Nice push. Did you see the push by the offensive line? There was a nice push right there by the line. The only difference I saw in this one versus what we saw in the first drive, it wasn't a hole that completely opened up, but it was a push to be able to get the 1st down, and no matter what, that's a positive play and a big job by the offensive line right there by Jamestown.
Needed 5, got 6. That's good enough for a 1st down as we're about to hit 3 minutes left in the first. Score 13-6 in favor of Orchard Park. 3 wide, 2 back for Jamestown. It's a fake handoff to Butera. Drake's going to throw, and that one incomplete. And that was intended for number 13 for Jamestown. Couldn't quite get a hold on it. That was Darius Freeney. And that was a beautiful throw there. Freeney just couldn't get a hold of it.
Just missed right there. Contact in that one, no doubt about it. A lot of time, though. Drake had the time. The offensive line still doing its job. I'll tell you, I've been impressed so far with both offensive lines right now in this game.
So 2nd down and 10 at Orchard Park's 49. Here's a shotgun snap. And a give to Butera on the delay. Gets to the 45. The 40 finds a gap. Gets to the 35. Makes a man miss 30. Picks up a block 20. And he could be gone. And he is gone. Touchdown Jamestown. 2nd touchdown of the game for Butera. 13-12. 2:43 left in the first. And now a chance to tie this ball game.
What did I tell you? Butera gets to the outside. Nobody in Western New York is going to go catch him. He's one of the fastest there is there. And he proves it right there.
So Butera already with more than 60 scrimmage yards to start this ball game as Profiter will come in for the extra point. Her last attempt was blocked by Orchard Park, so she'll get a reprieve here to try and tie this game. Here's a snap, put down, kick on the way, and that one goes through. So, no, I stand corrected, no good. From my view, it looked like it was good. It must have landed short.
No, I think it was just outside because look at where the goalie is, the goal is. See, and it went into the goal net, and the goal net is on the other side.
So that would be a no-good kick.
Yep.
That was just a viewing error on my part. So, 1 blocked extra point, 1 missed. Jamestown does get a touchdown, but they're still down by that 1 point, 13-12. But this game is still young. It's not even a quarter old.
Butera is already saying is, Conley Cup Committee, are you watching? Because no doubt he's already showing why he's going to be one of the Conley Cup finalists this year. And I'll tell you, on the flip side, what's Orchard Park? Dylan Evans doing the same thing on the other side, right? Both players coming up big, and then I don't want to forget about Drake and Gasella, because Evans doesn't get those passes without Gasella either.
But so far, though, it's been eye for an eye pretty much between Jamestown and Orchard Park. Or if you want to reference Andy, get your gun, anything you can do, I can do better. But it's going to be Bain back on the field to kick it off for Jamestown. And I remember last year even doing the Southwestern Fredonia game, Fredonia's punter was an offensive lineman. He was booming them 45 yards downfield. They got lead feet. But here comes the special teams units for both teams. And it's going to be different returners this time for Orchard Park. This time it's going to be Crescente and Machiavelli going to be returning. So it's going to be Evans getting a rest for this return. And Bain looking to once again crack that ball deep. He's got the lead foot. Here comes another one, and that's another beauty right down the middle of the field. And that one gets fielded over there by Machiavelli and just runs to the middle of the field, running through the defenders, gets stopped at around the 36-yard line on that return.
What did they say to everybody with the football, right? Don't stop your feet. Keep them moving. Keep them constantly going. That's exactly what Keegan right there did, and exactly why he probably got another 7 extra yards on that play. Never stopped his feet, kept them moving. To the youth that's out there, you really want to make sure that you know that and follow that.
And the guy to bring him down was Ty Schultz, number 7, as it'll be first down and 10 for Orchard Park at the 36-yard line. And the motion man is going to be Jeremy Copeland. It's going to be a 4-wide set, 2 receivers on each side. And once again, Dobosh, the only back. Here comes a shotgun snap, and here comes a pass. That one's caught. No, dropped by Evans. Tried running that little out pattern, had the ball in his grasp, but couldn't get a hold of it. And on the way defensively was Darius Freeney once again. Must have been hearing the footsteps.
Second down.
Listen, he's made a couple of big catches. I'm
Yes,
going
he
to
has.
give him the benefit of the doubt on that one, right? But but listen, you're talking about it. Still a great play right there by number 13. Darius Freeney, right? He comes up, he absolutely comes up quick, makes that play quick, and does what he needs to do to make the play. Copeland over here.
First catch of the game for Copeland on.
No, Copeland, the first 2 catches of the game, if you remember.
Oh, yes, my fault.
You know, he came out two quick outs, just like that was to Copeland. Remember, for a first down is what he
Yes.
did. Now he comes up big, 3rd and about 5 right here is what we're talking about. Orchard Park having to come up big here again on 3rd down.
And Jamestown needs to get a stop here because so far, Orchard Park, 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. They've looked near flawless so far offensively. And here comes a man set in motion that is Machiavelli, and it's going to be a run by Dobosh. He's got more than enough for a first down, as the man to bring him down was Ben Anderson, and Dobosh looking like Mike Allstott out there pounding that rock.
Great analogy right there. Mike Allstott, that's exactly what he looks like. The big man who is acting almost as a fullback, because you see him coming up a block just as much as you're seeing him run the ball, using him so effective. And I'll tell you, the runs, he's been averaging almost 10 yards a run today.
And he's only got 3-4 carries to boot. But it's going to be a shotgun, trips on the right side, 2 slot receivers, 1 receiver on the right, and Dobosh once again the only back. And formation like this, you never know if it's going to be a delay or a simple swing pass. That's one of the best things about formations like this. And here comes the snap, and Gosello rolls to the right, looking to throw, lobs it down the field, and that one is caught by Velasquez. No, incomplete. Couldn't complete the process as he went down, but got to give him an E for effort on that. He was able to get the hands on it, but just could not come down with it as he was rolling on the turf.
I actually thought he caught that.
I thought so, too.
And it looked like it was when the rollover happened is when the ball comes out. But a great pass on the run there by Gasella, and Velasquez almost comes up big right there. But still, 2nd down at 10. Big stop right there for Jamestown as you're doing everything right now to try to slow them down. But I'll tell you, the last play, 3rd and 5, run the ball. That knows that you've got faith in Dobosh. That's a great job right there and a great call. They saw something there.
It's going to be a trips right. Gosella takes a snap. Oh, this time Dobosh is nailed behind the line, and one of the guys once again, Ben Anderson, and another guy to get there was Joey Delgado. They got through the gap, and this time no 15, 20-yard run. That was a loss of about 2 or 3.
Listen, I don't have I want to see the numbers here. We got on Joey Delgado, 6'5", 296, and he's that agile. That's a big boy out there, and boy, he got right through that line quick. It just shows how he's not only, big in stature, but he is quick too, the way he got through there.
And that was a loss of 4 on the play as he is sent in motion to the front of the line. It's going to be a 4-wide set. Gosella takes a snap, wings it down to the right side of the field. It is complete, but stopped right away on it, and that was Darius Freedy once again, keeping Evans neutralized on that part of the field and not going any further for yards after the catch. So that's going to be 4th down.
So this is a weird spot out there in the field, right? Do you go for this?
And we're about to end the first quarter here, coincidentally, and Orchard Park holding on to a 1-point lead right now, 13-12, and we're going to take a short break right here. You're watching this matchup between the Jamestown Red Raiders and Orchard Park Quakers right here on WNY Athletics.
Paul Wolf Agency, how can I help?
I got a problem. I got a big problem. The house flooded overnight, everything's destroyed, and I don't know what to do.
You can relax. The wolf is on his way.
What's the damage?
It's bad.
As opposed to good? It's 20 minutes away. I'll be there in 10.
You're Teddy?
Yes, sir.
I'm Paul Wolf. I solve problems.
Oh, good, because I got a big one in here.
May I come in?
Absolutely.
Mr. Wolf, can I get you a cup of coffee?
And we're about to momentarily start quarter number 2 here at Strider Field between the Jamestown Red Raiders and Orchard Park Quakers. Orchard Park up 13-12, and they've got a big decision here. It's a 4th down and 10 at Jamestown's 43. What do? Do you try to go for it, or do you maybe try a pooch punt, pin Jamestown deep on their own end? We'll just have to wait and see.
I think they're punting this. They're going to punt it. Brody Stevens is out. I'll tell you, this kid can punt. I've seen this kid punt over 50, 60 yards on punts, right? He's had some booms, and he was on JV doing it last year. So you can see he's got a leg, I'll tell you that. But this will be a great – I think you've got to do this early in the game. With the lead. You got to have your defense step up at one point.
And there's no return, man. Jamestown's looking like they're going an all-out rush. Here comes the snap and a flag. No, timeout called by Jamestown. I stand corrected. It almost looked like they were going to try a fake there, but the whistle got blown, timeout called. So giving Jamestown a moment to regroup, and honestly, a fake, I don't think that would have been a bad idea to try that. You're up by 1, you're in Jamestown's end. And
but now flip, because you would think they're going to say is, okay, they're going to go for it now. I mean, they're not going to go for it. They're going to punt it.
Yep.
Do we send somebody back now? Does Orchard Park now flip and go, hey, maybe now's our opportunity to. You never know, right?
There's a chance.
That's when you start playing,
mind
let's
games.
see what we can do between each other. But listen, I think you're going to see them punt it. I think you've got to do it. You've got the lead. At one point, your defense has got to make a stop to win this game. And that goes for either team, right? Either team's going to have to make a stop in this point. So you got to let your defense do something. And why not do it when you got the other team pinned?
And they're going to have a returner out there. It's going to be Butera, and in all honesty, and this is a common thing, I would not be shocked if Stevens tries to coffin corner it to avoid Butera possibly getting a return, because once the ball's in his hands, he's very dangerous, and you don't want to risk doing that if you're Orchard Park. And here comes the snap. High snap, but it gets recovered. Here comes the kick, and this is going to be a corner kick out of bounds, and it'll be at around the 17, 18-yard line, so a 25-yard punt. Or no, I stand corrected. It's going to be a little further. It's going to be at the 23, so a 20-yard punt, but I do not blame Stevens for doing that. Avoids a return and pins Jamestown back a little deep, albeit it was just a 20-yarder. So it's going to be 1st and 10 to the 23 for Jamestown, and I believe we just heard an update from another high school game.
Yeah, the other game we've got tonight, East Aurora Burgard is now tied up 14-14 as East Aurora had taken a 14-6 lead, and Burgard comes back with a 2-point conversion.
And speaking of that, here comes Jamestown's offense back on the field. And that punt by Orchard Park, that was the first time either team has punted so far because both teams offensively drive equals a touchdown prior to that. And there's two backs here. It's going to be Anderson and Butera, and a receiver stack on the right side and one on the left. Here comes, bad snap. Luckily, Drake falls on it, though it'll be a loss of about 3-4 yards.
Now, for those of you who don't realize this, the reason the play stops, the minute any player takes a knee with the ball in their hand, the play is dead right there, no matter where it is, what's going on. If they're by themselves, it doesn't matter. The play ends right at that point.
And that was a loss of 4 on the errant snap, as it's going to be 2nd down and 14. And so far, it's been mainly Butera, and Drake's only thrown the ball 2 times, and it's a give to Butera again. He'll swing it over to the right side, but he gets met right away by a group of Orchard Park defenders, and one of the names we've talked about a couple times, Keegan Mancabelli.
Yeah, Keegan comes up big, goes down low at the legs right there, try to take him out at the legs is what he did, and try to stop those running. Now, probably the first big, long 3rd down Jamestown's had all game so far, right?
So far.
I think it's been 3rd and 5 was their longest one. So here we got a 3rd and 10 right here. Expect Drake right now to pass the ball. Let's
agree.
See what happens.
They have to throw it here. Drake will take the snap, roll to the right, throws it, and that one's incomplete. And that throw was a little bit low, and it was intended for Michael Boron, and it's going to be 4th down and 10, and Jamestown has to punt this away. They're too far in their own end to try and even think about going for it.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, big stop, right? What would we say? You had to see your defense make a stop. They do right here, right? They stopped the run right there. 2 runs that you saw, one really was a stop that wasn't them. It was, unfortunately, a Jamestown mishap when the ball got hiked right there. But still, you're looking at a positive. Now you've got to capitalize after you've actually had your big stop.
And it's going to be Colin Melendez punting the ball. He had a great season last year as well for Jamestown. Mainly played wide receiver, but also saw mop-up duty at QB. And here comes the boot by Melendez, and that's a nice punt. And a fair catch called there right away by Dylan Evans. And that was a nice punt, a simple knuckleballer, but right down the middle of the field. Jamestown got there in time. No return. 1st and 10 Orchard Park.
Yep. Again, you got field position you want for Orchard Park. We've seen them run the ball very effectively, right? Dobosh has really done a good job, where the only run we've really seen them not do was the run that we saw both Anderson and the big man Delgado, right? Stop him in the backfield. Otherwise, he's gone for almost 10 runs a pop. And then for the receiving end, we've seen Evans right now really having a big day. Velasquez, Copeland, the rest of them, Stevens really coming up big also.
And here's a 1st and 10 for Orchard Park. Fake handoff and a throw that's complete to Copeland. And Copeland will get inside the 45, brought down at around the 42, 43-yard line there by Sean Page. We'll have to see the yardage.
I think it was 11 or 12 yards on that one.
So it'll be a 1st down for Orchard Park. And once again, the semi-hurry up. Here's a snap and a fake. No, it is a give to Dobosh, and he gets it to the 40-yard line. So a gain of 3 yards, and Ty Schultz, one of the guys to be there on the stop. So it's going to be a 2nd down, 7 at the 40s. We hit 10 minutes left in the first half.
Boy, Orchard Park likes the hurry up you see here, right? Don't give them a lot of time. They haven't really gotten into a huddle much at all. It's been a very quick strike offense.
And here comes the snap to Gosella. He'll shoot it down the field, and that one is caught! Oh, my goodness! Pulling the Odell Beckham Jr. right there. That was caught by Jeremy Copeland.
We're going to show a replay on this one if we can right here. Here it comes. Look at the replay. The replay is going to be right here for everybody so they get a chance. Oh, looks like it didn't come through. We apologize.
1st and 10, Orchard Park.
Nonetheless, it'll be 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line here for Orchard Park, and they've got a chance to take a 1-touchdown lead, as it's going to be Gosella in the shotgun formation. And here's a snap. He wants to throw. Here comes the rush. Gets outside the pocket, and incomplete. Tried going for Dobosh, and once again, Jamestown getting there, and not happy was Gosella, but that was a clean hit there by Blakesley. He read it perfectly, but the pass was incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 to 15.
Blakesley does a great job getting in the backfield, right? He gets in the backfield and causes pressure right there, and Gosella Gosella does a good job of at least getting the ball away and not seeing an interception, not seeing a negative play out of there, and live for a second down right here.
2nd and 10 to 15. Here's a snap, roll out to the right, and here's a throw, and incomplete. Looked like that could have been partially deflected, but it was nowhere near vicinity of anybody, and it's going to be 3rd down, 10 to 15, and if it's another incompletion or very minimal yards, this could be a 4th and long here, pending how Orchard Park does on this 3rd down.
Yeah, we've seen, though, right now, defense for Jamestown come up big twice here. You're seeing them break down that line a little bit, getting access into the backfield, and that's what you've started to need to see from this Jamestown team.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 10 to 15. I would predict if Orchard Park would at least get half the yards, they would probably go for it. But it'll all depend. Here comes the 4-wide set. Dobosh the only back. Man in motion's Velasquez. Here's the snap. Gosella wants a throw. He throws it in the flats to Velasquez and met right away there. That was Freeney again. And it's going to be a 4, maybe a 5-yard gain pending the spot. But we know for sure that it's 4th down.
Yep, no doubt about it. But Freeney, he's come up big on that defensive back out there, right? Really done a good job of coming up and making sure his man's not getting the yards after catch, right, is what
Yes.
you see out there. And he's been big at making sure that hit happens and that the play ends right there.
And that was a gain of 3 on the play, so it's 4th and 7 at the 12, and they're going to go for it. Orchard Park deciding to go for it. Personally, I like this decision. You want to keep the momentum your way, especially playing a team like the Jamestown Red Raiders on the road. It's going to be a 4th and 7 at the 12. Trips left, one receiver to the right, and it's going to be a timeout by Orchard Park, probably to talk things over. Not sure if maybe Gosella didn't like what he was seeing or the head coach was uncertain, but they call timeout. Let's see what they want to do here on the 4th and 7, and we'll see that momentarily.
Yeah, I think Coach called timeout on that one. They were obviously seeing what the defense was going to give them on that one. You know, very similar to what we saw Jamestown earlier on the punt, right? Let me see what they're going to do so I can be able to set up what I want to set up at this point. But listen, this is a big 4th down right here, right? But at least what Orchard Park is saying is even if we don't score here, right, we've got Jamestown pinned. But Jamestown's saying is now we come up big defensively with 2 big stops in a row right here. This is going to give us some huge momentum. And I'll tell you, it takes one play by Jalen Buchanan to break out right now. And watch out, all bets are off from there.
He does break those big runs, and during the last season earlier this year, he broke a 69-yard touchdown run, albeit it was on a fake punt. So with Butera, you never know. But right now it's going to be 4th down and 7 at the 12 for Orchard Park. They're up by 1 point, 13 to 12.
We got a big scoring update. That's big in the A division.
Lay it on me.
West Seneca West has a 14-8 lead over South Park at the moment.
Woo! Wow. It's going to be a 4th down and 7 at the 12. Dobosh sent in motion to the front of the line. And here comes the snap. Gosella looking to throw it for the end zone. And that one is caught for a touchdown. And that's caught by Moncabelli. And once again, a throw by Gosella. Well, where the only guy that could have caught it's Moncabelli. And caught it right at the corner of the end zone. And that's a big touchdown. Extends their lead to 7 points.
We said we hadn't heard his name yet, and I said, watch out, we're going to hear his name.
We heard it.
We heard it, and it's a touchdown, right? But I'll give Gosella credit. Boy, he has spread the wealth with his receivers. If you think about this today, what he's done, you've got there has to be at least 6 receivers that have caught one pass.
I was thinking 6, maybe 7, as Egan will kick the PAT. Low snap, here's the kick, and he gets that one through. So in spite of the low snap, Egan's still able to boot it through, 20-12 to score, 8:28 left in the first half, and Jamestown looking to counteract with a touchdown of their own to cut the deficit down to at least 2.
So, I mean, let's talk about that, right? You've had now Moncabelli catch one. You've had, of course, Evans catch one. We've had Velasquez catch one. We've had Stevens catch one. We've had Copeland catch one, right?
Yep.
Has there been anybody else that we've seen, or has it just been the 5 then?
I wonder if it's just the 5. Even so, it's been going all over the field.
It's been 5 receivers that have no doubt caught the ball today for Orchard Park. As you've seen Gosella really spread the wealth and be able to find his men. Done a great job so far at really seeing the field and has done it multiple times on 3rd and 4th down.
Those are the big ones.
Which is there. You can see how poised he's been to be able to make some of those catches out there. But I'll tell you right now, Orchard Park has got to figure out a way to stop Butera right now. And let's even talk this, right? Because when you stop Butera, guess what? You're going to get a heavy dose of Drake then, and you better be ready for that, because that's also going to open up the holes for Butera.
And speaking of that, Butera, one of the deep guys, Egan will kick it off for Orchard Park. And it's a high kickoff on the right side. Gets fielded there by Blakesley at around the 11-yard line. He'll swing it over to the left side. Gets the 15 to the 20. Crosses the 30 and nearly broke that one as well, but he gets it to the 35-yard line. So back-to-back, real good returns there by Trayvon Blakesley. And now a good starting spot for Jamestown, down 20-12. 8:20 left in the half, and they got to get a touchdown right here to at least try to cut it to 2, and maybe even better for them, tie this game.
Yeah, and that was Adam Velasquez on that stop. Again, was a name we've talked about multiple times here today. So now let's see what we're going to do. We've seen a heavy dose right now running the ball from Butera. That was the first time they were stopped at all where they had a long third down. Do they look to go to the air a little bit, or do they stick with Butera right here?
I think mixing it up wouldn't hurt, as they got a trips right here, and Drake's going to throw, and that one is caught over there by Sean O'Brien, and he will cross the 40, get stopped at around the 42, 43-yard line, so it will be a second down and short.
And that stop was by number 21, Alex Crescente on that one. But still, long first down, right? You're making those short ones is what you want. It's where they've been effective all game so far. Besides that one long third down, everything has been short and manageable for them, and to be able to hand the ball off to Butera.
And that was a 7-yard gain as Butera gets the carry. He will get the first down and gets it to about the 47-yard line, so 4-5-yard run, and move those chains. First down, Jamestown, and like Orchard Park, they're known to try to run the next play in a more than reasonable pace, a semi-hurry-up.
And that tackle looked like it was on number 1, Simon Boncaldo on that one.
And once again, it's going to be a trips right, one receiver to the left. 2 receivers in the slot for Jamestown. Here's a snap, and it's a give to Butera. He'll cross midfield, finds a gap, and he's got a chance here, and he's brought down at around the 26, 27-yard line, brought down by Mancabelli, who just scored that touchdown for Orchard Park on their last offensive series.
When we talk about those runs right up the middle, right, that's where Butera seems to have his most success. Got to clog that middle up.
And that was a 27-yard run there by Butera as we hit 7 1/4 left in the first half, 20-12 in favor of Orchard Park. But Jamestown's driving once again. Here's a trip stack and a screen pass over there to Boron. Makes a man miss, crosses the 25, gets brought down at the 22. So a 5-yard completion to Michael Boron. It'll be a second down and 5.
And on the tackle there was Cross Rapini.
Gain of 5 on the play, second down and 5.
Cross Rapini last year was all Western New York first team. He's the only first teamer to come back in the AA division.
That is saying something for sure, as it's going to be a second down and 5 here for Jamestown at the 22-yard line. It's going to be a trips left, one receiver to the right. Drake calling out the signals. Butera, the single back right beside him. And here's a shotgun snap. Give to Butera. Makes a man miss on the deke. And he gets to the 20, to the 15. And he'll get forced out of bounds by Crescente. And we got a flag. That's going to be a personal foul on somebody.
You know, so first of all, Simon Boncaldo got way back into that backfield. You saw Butera does a great move to get by him. Now the question is what's going to happen here. You saw a lot of slapping at the helmets by both guys right here. I don't know what you're going to call. I mean, both of them were looking to, let's see what the call is.
It was kind of a cat fight there. And we're hearing that pep band while we're waiting, and it's going to be a personal foul on Jamestown, and that's big.
And that's going to go against Buteras, who's going to go against.
Yes, it is.
But we saw at one point, both guys were going at it, but Butera was the one that really, I wouldn't say the aggressor, I would just say he's the one who had the last hit right there. And what do they always say? The one that's usually the last one is usually the one that gets penalized.
The last one gets flagged, yep. And neither one of them are Deacon Jones, so even so, it's a 15-yard penalty, and that's big for Jamestown. It's going to be 15 yards from the spot of where he was forced out of bounds, so it's going to It's going to be a first down for Jamestown, but it's going to be back at around the...
No, I don't think it's a first
down.
down.
No, it's still going to be second. That's unique.
Well, we'll see what they're doing. I mean, they haven't changed it yet. They haven't changed it on the field yet, right?
I do see a 2nd and 11, so it shifted back 6 yards on the board.
So, it looks like they haven't changed anything. So, we're saying 2nd down and 11. Expect the ball to go to Drake right here.
And here comes a fake screen to Boron. Drake runs outside the pocket. He's going to take off. Flag on the play. That's usually in the area of holding as he's brought down at around the 20-yard line by a group of Orchard Park defenders. And, again, that flag looked like it's in the vicinity of holding on Jamestown.
Yeah, I'll be shocked that's not a hold, especially where it was thrown back in the backfield. Yep. So now you're talking about 2nd and 21.
You got to throw it.
We haven't seen Drake really go downfield for anything yet. It's been right now quick outlet passes.
Screens, swing passes, all of that. But this one he would have to go downfield. You can't settle for a 3-4 yard play when it being 2nd and 21. 2nd and 11, yeah, that's doable, but 2nd and 21.
No, it's even farther than that because remember, it's where the hold is from.
Oh, yes,
you
it
get
is.
10 yards where the hold is from, so this is even
16
longer.
16 yards. So it's going to be a 16-yard penalty. They're back at the Orchard Park 45. We're almost like getting the dump trucks going in reverse here. But right now it's going to be a trips right for Jamestown, and one receiver on the left, Melendez. He's the only receiver on the opposite side, and this is definitely a throwing down. Butera, the only back. Drake takes a snap, and he'll just give it to Butera. Makes one man miss, swings it over to the right, but he's stopped right away, and that was Machiavelli again. And that was only a 2, maybe a 3-yard run, so now you have to throw it downfield here.
You talk speed, right? Keegan Machiavelli's got speed. You're talking about a guy who's a track athlete out there, one of the top in the nation in the pole vault. In fact, he's a 14-foot pole vaulter. He can long jump. He can triple jump. He's got speed to boot.
So it's going to be a 3rd down and also that was a gain of a yard on the play, so 3rd down and 26. Here's the snap. Oh, bad snap. Drake picks it up, gets outside the pocket. He's going to shoot it long, incomplete. Try going for Butera, but that was on the sideline, veered off to the right, and Drake took a hit as he threw it, but he is up. It's going to be a 4th down and a country mile here for Jamestown, and they're going to have to punt this away.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, this isn't a go for it unless you're doing one of those ones where I'm going to throw it up. You know what I mean? And if it gets interception, it wasn't a big deal. It was the same thing as me going ahead and punting it. That'd be the only way to look at it, but they have their punter out.
Yeah, it's going to be Melendez once again. He had a 31-yard punt on his last one, and he's got a shot to pin Orchard Park deep right here, and the deep man's Crescente. Here's the snap to Melendez, and here's the boot. Nearly got blocked, but it hits at around the 12, rolls inside the 5, and in the end zone for a touchback. So it's going to be a touchback, and Orchard Park is... Or wait a minute, no, they're marking at the 1. What a stop right there. Usually if the guy has the ball and he lands in the end zone, that's a touchback. So it must have been recovering. The knee was down before crossing the plane of the goal line. So that punt's going to the 1-yard line, a 43-yarder there by Melendez, and there's a chance for Jamestown to possibly get 2 points and get the ball back on a free kick pending what happens right here in the next play. But, wow, I thought for sure that was a touchback.
I won't lie with you. I was too. I am shocked by the placement there. But, listen, we're not down on the field. We're not right there, so I'm not even going to pretend to say that we know what was going on there.
So Orchard Park pinned really deep on their own end. I would say just give it to Dobosh, get 4 or 5 yards, then you'll have some legitimate breathing room to try and run something different. Unless you want to try and go for a 99-yard touchdown. It's happened many of times, high school, college, Pee-wees, pros, Canadian League, all of it.
Are they waiting for the play or
timeout? Orchard Park.
Okay.
So 4:47 left in the first half. Orchard Park up 20-12, and an opportunity for Orchard Park here to actually make this a 2-possession game.
Yeah, listen, this has been an interesting game, right? We've really seen it's been Jalen Butera all day here for Jamestown,
yes,
no doubt about it. And then the only times they haven't scored is when Orchard Park has been able to stop that. And the only reason really you talk about it being stopped on the last one was that personal foul penalty that actually set them back, and then you had a holding penalty on top of that, which sent it even farther back. Really, that's what stopped them right there on that drive.
They pretty much hit the brakes and went in neutral on their own. And I'm sure Langworthy had a little talk with Butera on the sideline prior to the timeout about don't try to insinuate anything, instigate anything, because it'll come back and bite you in the butt.
That, and then I'll tell you what we've seen so far from the passing game of Orchard Park. I've been so impressed of how Casella has been able to find so many different receivers out there and utilizing all the receivers to his advantage. And then, by the way, he's got a running game too, because Dobosh has been doing a fantastic job running the ball.
Only with the exception of that one loss of 4 play when Anderson and Delgado met him. But here's a snap, and they will give it to Dobosh, and he'll get it to about the 4, maybe the 5-yard line. So they got the job done, got a little breathing room. Now you can open up the playbook a little bit further.
And here comes Delgado. And I'm shocked Delgado wasn't in on that one, to be honest with you. The big man had tried to stop something in the middle there.
Tried to blow through the hole, maybe get a safety, but it's still safety area here for Jamestown if they can come up with a loss here. But it's going to be a shotgun formation. And here's a snap, and it's a give to Dobosh again, and this time he's going nowhere. Maybe no gain, could be also a loss of a yard pending the spot. The first play was a gain of 3. We're about to 4 minutes left in the first half, and it's looking like it's no gain on the play.
And guess who that was again?
Delgado.
No, that was Anderson right
Anderson.
there. Anderson comes up big again. We've doing nothing but called his name on defense right now. Anderson has been huge for Jamestown.
It's going to be a 3rd and 7 at the 4. A stop here for no yards for Jamestown would be so very important. And Jamestown's showing the rush, and Trevon Blakesley's showing he wants the blitz. It's a 4-3 defense here by Jamestown, and here comes a throw, and incomplete. That was intended for Jeremy Copeland. It was a high throw. I would guess Cosella felt the rush and decided to get rid of it to avoid possibly giving up the safety, and they have to punt, and Jamestown has an opportunity to get good field position, but you have mentioned that Brody Stevens can boom the ball and has a cannon for a leg.
But how about Copeland? We saw him in the earlier in the game do that tip pass to himself we were trying to instant replay, right?
But we couldn't do it.
But we couldn't get it there. But I'll tell you, he almost did it again right there. But now Jamestown gets the field position they've been looking for.
And here comes the punt. And that one's a high pop-up, not very deep, and fair caught there by Darius Freeney at around the 40-yard line. So a 36-yard punt there by Stevens. And Jamestown, they've got good field position. They're on Orchard Park side of the field, and they've got a shot to make this a 20-18 game.
So big special teams. You got to give your special teams for Jamestown credit. With that stop right down there in the half-yard line, your special teams is what helped make that happen right there. Special teams does it again. Now they get the ball back after 3 defensive stops right here. Now you get a chance to get great field position and go down and try to tie this game up before halftime.
And there's plenty of time to do it. 3:24 left in the first half. 4 wide set, 2 on each side, 2 slots, 1 on each. Here's a snap, and Drake wants to throw. And he'll throw it to the opposite side of the field. That one is caught, and into the 30-yard line. That's Melendez with the catch. That should be enough for a Jamestown first down. And
First down, Red Raiders.
It's going to be a first down for Jamestown, so a gain of 10 on the play. And that was the first one where Drake threw it forward to the field, not a little swing or a sideline pass where it's just straight across. Well, here's a snap to Drake. It's going to be a give to Anderson. He crosses the 30, and he'll get only about a yard, and that's it. A wall of defenders there. One of them was Copeland. So a 1-yard gain on the run by Anderson. 2:45 left in the half. Once again, scored 20-12 in favor of Orchard Park. Very uncharacteristic, too, for Jamestown to be behind this long during a game at home, but they're threatening. They're inside the 30-yard line of Orchard Park. Here comes a snap, and it's going to be a give to Butera, and he'll get only a yard, maybe 2. And the guy to bring him down, that was number 52, Matt Bouton. So it's a gain of 2 on the play. 3rd and 7 at the 27 after the first down pass to Melendez. The last 2 plays, grand total of 3 yards. So we hit 2 minutes left in the first half. 2 back, 3 wide set. And here's the snap to Drake, and it's a flip over to Anderson on the pitch. He crossed the 25, gets a first down to the 20, and knocked out of bounds at around the 15-yard line, and that was Brody Stevens with the stop.
And gets a good job of going out of bounds, stops the clock right here.
Preserves the timeouts.
Yep, absolutely.
So now they are in the Orchard Park red zone, an 11-yard run there by Ben Anderson. So 1:51 left in the first half. Jamestown threatening to score. Here's the snap. Give to Butera. Swings it to the 15 and brought down at around the 11-yard line. That was Gavin Gachella on the stop.
Stopped by the Quakers, number 5, Gavin Gachella.
So it's going to be a 5-yard gain. Second down and 5. 90 seconds left in the first half. They're getting close to a touchdown here. They just need to get the final 11 yards to make it 20-18. 1:20 left in the half. 2 back set. Drake gives it off to Anderson and gets to the 10, but he gets brought down at around the 8, maybe the 9-yard line.
Looked like that was Brody Stevens again on the tackle. He's been coming up big defensively for Orchard Park.
And we're about to hit 1 minute left in the first half. 3rd down and 2 at the 8-yard line. That was a 3-yard run there by Anderson. And Jamestown, they're taking their time, but it's also milking away precious seconds off the clock. And Drake's way to keep it himself, and he gets stopped right away. He did not get the first down. A quarterback draw on the attempt, but Orchard Park was not fooled, and a whistle has been blown. A timeout's been called, and a smidge under 41 seconds left in the first half. 40.8 if we want to be technical and exact. But it's going to be a 4th down and 1 at the 7-yard line. 20-12 to score in favor of Orchard Park. Jamestown looking to get a touchdown before halftime, and they also get the ball to start the second half.
Gavin Gacella is the one who came up big on that one. Came around the outside, made that tackle right there to stop that first down right there. Comes up big. Now you're talking about 40 seconds right here. You've got to think the first thing you've got to focus on, right, is getting the first down. That's got to be number 1 because you're at 4th down.
Right.
But then a quick timeout if you do not get into that touchdown, because you would think your best chance for a first down is either going to be Butera or Anderson right now is going to be your best way to get that first down. Then I think you got to call that quick timeout because then you're going to have to look to possibly throw the ball there.
Yeah, and it also on a 4th and 1, it wouldn't hurt to maybe throw Orchard Park off a little bit, throw a little surprise at them. So it's 4th and 1 at the 7. A little under 41 seconds left in the half. Jamestown down 20-12 against Orchard Park.
Looks like Jamestown's got 211 rushing yards.
That's been the backbone. Here comes a funky formation, and it's going to be a direct snap to Butera. He's got the first down and more, and I don't know if he got in his knee. He did get in, touchdown. So it's going to be 20-18, and Butera's got the hat trick. 3rd touchdown of the game for him, and from my view, it almost looked like his knee hit the turf before he broke the plane, but referees indicated he broke the plane prior to that. So I'm predicting, and this should be obvious, Jamestown will probably go for 2 to try and make this a tie game at halftime, but also you never know what Orchard Park's going to do. They've been dangerous in the passing game, and this is a lot of time for them to try and get something beforehand.
So they're staying in the Wildcat with Butera.
Oh, same formation. Here comes take 2. Butera takes a snap, and this time they've got him bottled up. That one's no good. And the guy to bring him down, that was Jeremy Copeland. And 35-6 left in the first half, 20-18. Orchard Park still ahead, and the missed extra point, the failed 2-point conversion, the block PAT, proving very costly here for Jamestown, though it's just the first half.
But listen, special teams has done it for both teams right now, right? They don't get that chance for that touchdown if it wasn't for the special teams that gets down there and gets that ball on the half-yard line. Now you can say Orchard Park, the reason they got the lead is because of their special teams at the same time. Special teams coming up big for both teams.
I'm sure Orchard Park will want to look for something right here, a good return, and they've got guys that can do it. We have seen Dylan Evans with a good return, and I wouldn't be surprised if he goes out there for this one.
No, we saw Keegan, too. Remember, Keegan went out there and had a really good turn. Remember when he fought for those extra yards?
Yes, he did. Got about 6-7 extra yards there, the Montcabelli. And there's plenty of time left in the first half for Orchard Park to possibly counterattack that touchdown they just gave up to Butera on the Wildcat.
I still won't be surprised that they just kind of kneel it if the clock doesn't run out here. You've got the lead. Why risk anything at this point? Go into halftime with the lead and a positive spot for your team.
Well, Bain will be kicking it off once again for Jamestown. And here comes the kick. And it's going to be a squib kick. And it gets fielded and down at the 29-yard line. Got recovered there by Boncaldo.
Recovered by the Quakers, number 1, Simon Boncaldo.
So a little under 35 seconds left in the first half. Orchard Park up 20-18, and there's teams that would be hungry to try to go for it, and then there's some that would take the knee with the momentum and be ahead at halftime. We'll just have to wait and see right here.
I think they're going to run a play.
Or wait a minute. And they are going to run a play.
Yeah.
The way they were all crowded almost looked like it was going to be the victory formation, but they're in the shotgun, and he will take a knee. So they did it a little differently. So Orchard Park will walk into halftime with the momentum up 20-18. Jamestown will get the ball to start the second half, and they're only facing a 2-point deficit. They were able to get a touchdown on their last drive on Butera with the Wildcat play right there, and Orchard Park's just going to let this clock run out, and they're going to be ahead at halftime. And this is a rarity that Jamestown's even behind at halftime on their home turf, even though it's just a 2-point deficit.
Yeah, but listen, this has been a rivalry game between these two teams for years.
Oh, yes, it has.
And Jamestown has lost to Orchard Park on this field, right?
Yes,
so,
they have.
If one of the teams is not afraid to come down here, it's Orchard Park, right? But at the same time you're still talking about one of the top teams here in the area, one of the top teams in the state in Jamestown, and guess what? They're going to be right there in the second half. We got a game ahead of us and a big second half ahead of us.
Yeah, and this game is 1 half old. Jamestown behind 20-18 against the Orchard Park Quakers, and you've been watching this matchup so far between these two teams on WNY Athletics. Stick around for the halftime special.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
Are you in pain from a no-fault car accident? Don't wait. Call RES Physical Medicine and Rehab today and take advantage of our 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. One of our medical professionals will see you within 48 hours. RES offers DXD imaging for a more accurate diagnosis in less time. This allows our doctors to coordinate the most effective treatment plan to get you on your way to recovery faster. Feel better with RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. Click or call today to learn more.
Paul Wolf Agency, how can I help?
I got a problem. I got a big problem. The house flooded overnight, everything's destroyed, and I don't know what to do.
You can relax. The wolf is on his way.
What's the damage?
It's bad.
As opposed to good? It's 20 minutes away. I'll be there in 10.
You're Teddy?
Yes, sir.
I'm Paul Wolf. I solve problems.
Oh, good. Because I got a big one in here.
May I come in?
Absolutely. Mr. Wolf, can I get you a cup of coffee?
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
At Kaiser First Wellness, your health and well-being is our passion. Let us take care of you and your family like one of our own.
Cairo First Wellness Center is dedicated to providing patients long-term relief and teaching them how to continue taking care of themselves. With a blend of different techniques, services, and personalized treatment plans, we'll help you find wellness in a way that's right for you. Between chiropractic care, spinal decompression, nutritional counseling, massage therapy, custom orthotics, and more, your relief is in our hands. If twisting, popping, and cracking intimidate you, our Pro Adjuster restores the same range of motion as a physical adjustment would with gentle, repeated tapping.
Dr. Mo at Cairo First has been taking care of my back needs for the past 4 years. His staff treats you like family. I've had the traction, I've had the massage done, and every time leave here feeling fresh and brand new.
Cairo First Wellness Center. Your health and well-being, our passion.
And welcome to the Jeremy Vicker halftime show, everyone, here on Western New York Athletics. Currently, it is Orchard Park 20, Jamestown Red Raiders 18. However, so far, Orchard Park has been dominating in the air, and Jamestown has been on the opposite on the ground. Jamestown has a total yardage of 245 with 218 rushing yards, and Orchard Park has 231 total yards. So this game has been relatively close. We also have plenty of updates throughout entire Western New York. West Seneca West up 34-8 over South Park. Medina beating time at 32-6. Sweet Home 16, Amherst 13. Allegheny Limestone 12 over Cataracas Valley 6. Randolph's up 20-0 over JFK. And we'll get you more scores throughout West New York. So, Ben Anderson on the defensive side of Jamestown has been really, really solid. But, man, their quarterback, Gosella, he's just been all over. He's spreading the wealth. He's in the air. Let me just get some. He's 15 for 23 with 183 yards. Meanwhile, Ben Drake for Jamestown is 5 for 8 and only 27 yards. But like I said, Jamestown, mainly Jalen Botero, has 3 touchdowns. Has been 13 of 15 rushes. I want to say probably around 200 yards himself. But there's been plenty of action here at Strider Field. When we come back from this very quick halftime show, Tom Prince and Norm Rodriguez will be back on the call.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
Are you in pain from a no-fault car accident? Don't wait. Call RES Physical Medicine and Rehab today and take advantage of our 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. One of our medical professionals will see you within 48 hours. RES offers DXD imaging for a more accurate diagnosis in less time. This allows our doctors to coordinate the most effective treatment plan to get you on your way to recovery faster. Feel better with RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. Click or call today to learn more.
Paul Wolf Agency, how can I help?
I got a problem. I got a big problem. The house flooded overnight, everything's destroyed, and I don't know what to do.
You can relax. The wolf is on his way.
What's the damage?
It's bad.
As opposed to good? It's 20 minutes away. I'll be there in 10.
You're Teddy?
Yes, sir.
I'm Paul Wolf. I solve problems.
Oh, good, because I got a big one in here.
May I come in?
Absolutely.
Mr. Wolf, can I get you a cup of coffee?
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
At Cairo First Wellness, your health and well-being is our passion. Let us take care of you and your family like one of our own.
Cairo First Wellness Center is dedicated to providing patients long-term relief and teaching them how to continue taking care of themselves. With a blend of different techniques, services, and personalized treatment plans, we'll help you find wellness in a way that's right for you. Between chiropractic care, spinal decompression, nutritional counseling, massage therapy, custom orthotics, and more, your relief is in our hands. If twisting, popping, and cracking intimidate you, our Pro Adjuster restores the same range of motion as a physical adjustment would with gentle, repeated tapping.
Dr. Mo at Cairo First has been taking care of my back needs for the past 4 years. His staff treats you like family. I've had the traction, I've had the massage done, and every time leave here feeling fresh and brand new.
Cairo First Wellness Center. Your health and well-being. Our passion.
And momentarily, we will begin the second half here between the Jamestown Red Raiders and Orchard Park Quakers right here at Strider Field on WNY Athletics. Down right now at halftime, 20-18. And so far for Jamestown, it's been Jalen Butera all the way.
Yeah, listen, Butera has been huge today. What he's done running the ball, it's been almost been the running game of Jamestown versus the passing game that we've seen of Orchard Park. It's been unbelievable what we've seen some of our top players out there do. It really has been special to watch here for Orchard Park on the passing side. But Butera making a claim as to why he's one of the best running backs in New York, in Section 6 and in New York State. He's absolutely making a claim as to why that is. Just unbelievable what we saw. I'll tell you right now, I know you're not scoreboard watching early on, but if I'm Jamestown, I may be having an eye on a scoreboard game right now, and that's the West Seneca West South Park game. As you see right now, West Seneca West, a former state champion, saying, guess what? We're back, and they're making the claim right now with a 34-14 lead over South Park. Boy, watch out, because we have them back in the mix, is what we have right now as to one of the top teams in the A.
And in spite of the passing game, which has been paramount for Orchard Park, they've also added some nice touch-ups in the running game with the usage of Jacob Dobosh. He had 3-4 runs that were more than 10 to 15 yards, besides the one where he was stopped for a loss of 4 by Ben Anderson and Delgado. Besides that, they were all 10, 15-yard runs, so the running game adding a nice touch to it. And I do think Orchard Park may use him a little bit more handoff-wise, carrying the ball in spite of this being just a smallie, but also to throw Jamestown off and not just focus on defending the passing game and mixing it up and making sure to keep Jamestown's defense on their toes, because their defense is stingy when they play here at Strider Field. And we're about to inside 2 minutes before the start of the second half. Once again, to the viewers just retuning in for the beginning of it, Jamestown is currently down 20-18 in favor of Orchard Park, as both teams will return to their respective sidelines and prepare for the opening kickoff for it. Jamestown will get the ball to start the second half, so that is big if you're Jamestown.
The red ticket. Holding the flags, bring it up here to the press box.
Looks like all of Orchard Park's players are ready to go on the sideline, and Jamestown players starting to creep in a little bit.
That winning number is 971 695. Again, that lucky 50-50 drawing ticket number is a red ticket with the number 971695.
Now the Jamestown players are starting to come out onto the field. There is going to be also, there's usually 2-3 minutes of extra time for both teams to warm up a little bit.
Usually what happens, they add another 3 minutes onto the clock after the time runs out. That's their warm-up time for both teams, and you can see that's exactly what's going on here. Orchard Park looks like they're ready to go, but Jamestown absolutely going to use that time right now to warm up.
And little details like that can make big impacts in not just football, but in any sport.
So listen, it's going to be the tale of who's going to make the adjustments that we've seen, right? What is Jamestown's adjustments going to be to Orchard Park on the pass? How are they going to go about defending that pass? Because Casella has been so effective through the air. In fact, you actually look at the flip side, Casella's got 183 yards through the air, while Jamestown's got 218 yards on the ground, right? It's been almost a flip.
Tale of two cities.
And they've got, but even though Orchard Park has only 48 yards rushing, I do believe, though, they've been effective on the run. They have used Dobosh very effectively is what they have. But the question will be for Jamestown is, we know what Drake is capable of. We've seen it. The question is, when are they going to utilize Drake, and is he going to break out? He's only got 27 yards going into the half. When do we see some of that open up right now for Drake? Because that could also be the difference in this game too. Because you would think that right now, what Orchard Park is going to try to do is to clog that middle up as best they can to stop Butera's runs right up the gut, right up the middle right there. That's where he's had the most success. If Butera gets stopped at all, that's when Drake's going to need to come up big and need to come up big on some of those third down plays that we talked about earlier in this game.
Yeah, and if I'm Coach Langworthy, I would be getting that part resolved sooner rather than later, because Butera, he's gotten it done, but once Orchard Park, and they have found ways to neutralize him on a few plays, so they've had some success with that, but it has to be. Drake does need to put his foot on the gas and start throwing the ball a little bit more, not just a simple swing pass or a wide receiver screen. You got to start throwing it 10, 15, 20 yards down the field.
Well, remember, Drake's done what he's been asked of.
Yes,
right?
he has.
In other words, he's done what's been called on his behalf. He's not going to go up there and change anything and going to do something that's dynamic. So he's doing what he did. But I think they're going to need to open it up a little bit. But we'll see exactly what happens here in the second half, is whose strength is going to play out, or whose what we saw wasn't the strongest in the first half become a strength in the second half.
And it's not how you start, it's how you finish what matters in the end. And again, Jamestown will get the ball to start the second half.
Especially in the first game of the season, right? to me, the first game of the season is if you can make adjustments again and then come out big in the second half, boy, how much is your team learning? What are you doing as a team to make those adjustments? How are you going to take the next step? Those are all the questions that start to get answered, especially early in the season when you're up or down, because there are adjustments that need to be made in this game. But I'll tell you, this is a great test for both teams, right? Orchard Park needs to see where they stand because they've got a very competitive AA conference. They've got to worry about Bennett. They've got to worry about Lancaster. They've got to worry about Clarence. There are some great teams out there. And then Jamestown's the same thing. There is no walk in the park that they got going in their division,
no picnic.
Right? They've got South Park, which I am sure, I don't care what that score is.
They want revenge.
They're going to be back, right?
Yeah, Jamestown, I think, will play very angry in that game. They want to avenge that loss in the playoffs to them.
But it's the fact that they're a good team. They're very well coached. They're going to be there. So South Park's going to be there. West is now proving, wow, we're a team to be reckoned with already here. Don't forget about Frontier. Frontier comes from AA down to A after a great season last season that they're going to build off with a lot of key pieces are still back. That Frontier team is going to be another good team. And you're just going on and on in that South. Think about it. You've got Will South in there. You've got Will East in there, right? I mean, there's no pushover. And then, by the way, Amherst, which is everybody's saying is a down team, they got a Division I running back sitting right there in Teddy McDuffie. So you're talking about a stacked division up and down just in the South.
And with that, we're about to start the second half as Lincoln Egan will put toe to the leather. And it's a simple squib kick and bobbled, but it does get recovered there by Jamestown. That was by number 44. That was, we don't got a last name on him, but it was number 44 for Jamestown recovering that squib kick. And it's going to be decent field position for Jamestown. And not a bad idea there by Egan because a couple great returns by Blakesley. Butera had a great kickoff return in the first half. Might as well squib the ball, keep it out of their hands. You'd rather give up the position than give up a very deep return.
Well, and that's it. You don't want to give up that big play right there. But so let's see what we got, right? What are the changes now that both teams make? As now we get to see the start, and you're going to see Drake back under center again. Butera right next to him.
And here's a snap, and it's a give to Butera, and he will get to around the 39-yard line. One of the guys that bring him down was Cross Rapini.
And also on him was number 75, Marcus Levitt.
So that was a gain of 4 on the play, so it will be second down and 6 at the 40-yard line. Drake in the shotgun formation. He's got trips white, one receiver to the left. The only receiver there is Darius Freeney. And the slot guy, Sean O'Brien, as Drake, once again, the shotgun formation, takes a snap, and he's looking to throw. And he's got plenty of time in the pocket. He's going to roll out, throws, and it's caught by Butera. He fell on his legs, was able to get up, make the catch, gets to the 30, gets brought down on the play there by Mancabelli. And that was one of those plays where Butera slipped, but he got back up, made the catch. As long as your knees are not down, play still live when you get back up before you catch the ball. So gets some extra yardage, gets to the 30-yard line, and they've got a shot to take their first lead of the game.
But Drake does a great job on the run right there.
Oh, he did.
Does a great job on the run. You saw he was looking Butera early on, looked him off, came back to him and make that great play.
And it's going to be a give to Trayvon Blakesley, his first carry of the game. He gets it inside the 25 to out the 24, so gain of 6 on the run. And the tackle there was by Cross Rapini once again.
Rapini coming up big early in the second half.
So a 7-yard run there by Blakesley. Second down and 3 at the 23. 10:25 left in the third. Jamestown threatening to score here. 20-18 the score. They are behind, but it's only a 2-point deficit, so they're in a great position right here. Blakesley and Butera the backs. It's going to be a give to Blakesley again. He will jet to the 20 and gets to about the 18, 17-yard line. It is enough for a first down, but there was also a little chippiness starting to go on the opposite side of the field, but good thing, no flags. First down Jamestown, 17-yard line.
Looked like number 58 was the first one in on the tackle for Orchard Park. That's Jack McDonald.
So 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line as we hit 2 minutes played in the third, and looks like with the last goal plays giving Butera a break, giving it to Blakesley, and here's the give to Butera. He gets to the 15, hop, skips, and jumps around a defender and gets to around the 10, got tackled down around the 9, maybe the 8-yard line. It will be 2nd down and short. 8-yard gain on the run by Butera, and as was mentioned by Jeremy during the halftime show, 218 rush yards in the first half for Jamestown, so they're getting it done there, and they're picking up where they left off so far in their first drive in the second half. Here's a snap. Give to Blakesley again. He gets it to the 5-yard line. That's enough for a 1st and goal, so 5 yards away from their first lead of the game.
And that looked like Jeremy Copeland first one in on the tackle right there.
So 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Referee indicating let's let the clock roll. 9:17 left in the third. 1st and goal at the 5. It's going to be a stacked receiver on the right side and one receiver on the left. Blakesley and Butera the backs. Here's the give to Butera. And this time he's bottled up behind the line, and he gets brought down there by Gavin Gasella. Another big tackle by him.
He's been big today, huh? He really has. And he's been coming from that outside, making some big plays.
It's a loss of 2 on the play, 2nd down and goal at the 7, and a rare one where Butera's stopped behind the line. That's almost like a blue moon coming up in the sky.
So this is 2nd and goal right here, but it looks like 2nd and about 7.
It's going to be a 3-wide set, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Butera and Blakesley the backs. He'll give it to Blakesley this time, and he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage and got it to about the 4-yard line. So Blakesley, he didn't have any carries in the first half. These are the first carries he's getting tonight. So it's a 2-yard gain back to the original line of scrimmage, and this is definitely 4-down territory for Jamestown. 3rd and goal at the 5. Drake conferring with Coach Langworthy on what they're going to do here. And it's going to be the same formation as it was before. 3 wides, 2 backs. Drake in the shotgun formation. Here's a snap. Fakes the handoff to Blakesley. Throws to the corner of the end zone. Incomplete. Even if that would have been caught there by Freeney, he would have been out of bounds. So not a bad idea there by Jamestown, but the throw was just a little too far.
And Keegan makes sure with that push to get him out of bounds, too. That was a great job by him defensively to make sure if that does come down as a catch, that he is going to go out of bounds.
Yep, there's no more rule about push out if you make the catch prior. There was years ago, but it got rescinded back in the late 2000s, early 2010s. But they're going to go for it here. 4th and goal at the 5, and should it be a failure, it wouldn't be the end of the world here for Jamestown. It would be pinning Orchard Park in their own end should that happen, but the play still got to happen. 4th and goal at the 5.
You got to think it's going to Butera somewhere.
Oh, here's a throw to the opposite end of the end zone, and incomplete. Intended for Melendez, and Jamestown will turn the ball over on downs, and it's going to be 1st down for Orchard Park at the 5. So in spite of failing that 4th down, this is not a bad situation here. It's not like you're giving Orchard Park excellent field position. You've got them pinned at their own 5, so this is not necessarily a bad thing.
It's not, but you've got to give the positive to that defense of
Yes,
Orchard
you do.
Park, right? They come up big, especially coming out of halftime. That's a big stop right there for Orchard Park that they could build off of. Now you've got to rely on your defense to do something. You've got to at least not go 3 and out here. You got to move the ball a little bit. Don't give them incredible field position for a second time because you're not going to keep stopping them down at the goal line.
I would say give this to Dobosh, because he's been pounding the rock all night. You're in your 5-yard. Or no, they're going to throw it here. With that motion, it's usually a giveaway. And here comes a throw, and that one is complete over to Moncabelli. He's got the 1st down, forced out of bounds at around the 18, maybe the 19. So, no, they're going to mark it at the 15. So it will depend on the. No, it's going to be a 1st down. So a gain of 10 there to Keegan Moncabelli. And not only do Orchard Park get some breathing room, they get a 1st down.
Yeah, and give them credit, right? Because remember what happened last time? They were on the half-yard line. Now they were at the 5, so they could do something a little different.
Big difference.
And use Dobosh again as that fullback where he comes up and is that extra blocker to give Gasella time.
And here, a man set in motion. It's going to be a handoff and plugged up right away. And one of the guys there was Ty Schultz. And another one that was there was Drace Garland. So it was Dobosh once again on the carry, and this time, this one's for no gain. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 10 for Orchard Park, and we're nearly halfway through the third quarter already. Almost a little more than 5 minutes and change played in it. 6:48 left in the third. Score still 20-18. Gosella takes a snap, rolls out to the right, throws it downfield, and broken up. Broken up there by Darius Freeney. He's been all over it on the secondary tonight. Several pass breakups, a few open field tackles, and he gets another pass deflection right there, so it makes it a big 3rd and 10 right here. They need to force a 4th down right now.
The play looks like it almost stopped. Did you see that? Like,
Yeah,
like there was too much contact out there, and it almost seemed like the play just stopped when he threw it. But, obviously nothing was called, so now a big 3rd down. Gosella has been big on 3rd and 4th down today. He's got to come up big here again.
So it's going to be a 3rd and 10 at the 15. It's going to be a stack of receivers on the right side and one on the left. Dobosh the only back. Gosella wants to throw, and he will shoot it, and incomplete. Looked like he was trying to go for Dylan Evans, but the throw was way too high, and Jamestown with a very big stop right there, and Orchard Park has virtually no choice. They have to punt this one away.
Oh, no doubt. And they're going to give themselves great field position again, which is exactly what you're expecting from Jamestown. Because, like I said, you're only going to keep slowing them down so much, right? You can't keep giving them great field position because eventually Jamestown's going to actually push it in. But, boy, what a game. This is everything we expected and more, because normally you have that game where that a lot of expectations come in for.
Stevens on the punt, and that got nearly blocked, but it does force that was a good bounce for Orchard Park. That will roll past midfield, be down to 49. What looked like was nearly a block turns into a 36-yard punt there by Brody Stevens. And even so, this is still good field position for Jamestown. 6:24 left in the third, and Jamestown's got another shot to take their first lead of the ball game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is great field position. Now Jamestown's got to capitalize on it, right? You can see all along they've been just coming along the door here, pushing on the door. How many times we've had 2-3 times they've been down here already. They haven't been punching it in. Now you're going to have to look for them to make something big. Ooh, you hope right there, number 13, Freeney right there is okay. Did you see him limp off right there?
I did see him gimp off a little bit, but we'll just have to wait and see regarding that as Jamestown's offense gets back out onto the field.
Especially on defense. I want him on defense. He's been huge, especially from the corner spot.
And here's a snap. It's going to be a give to Buteri. Crosses midfield, 45 to 40. He slipped and fell. If he would have maintained his balance and made Stevens miss there, I believe he would have been to the house.
What did I keep saying? If he gets to the outside or gets into open space, he's going to be tough to catch. He really isn't. He's going to be tough to catch, and he proves it again there. A slip, but still gets a first down. Still huge yards right there for Jamestown.
That was a 15-yard run there by Butera. And the hurry-up offense again. Here's a snap, and it's going to be another give to Butera, and he will get it inside the 40 to about the 37-yard line.
Butera on the carry.
Or, excuse me, the 32. So, 4-yard gain there by Butera. 2nd down and 6, 5:50 left in quarter number 3.
2nd down and 6.
And Drake gets the play. And same as the last drive, the backs are Blakesley and Butera. It's going to be 3 wides, 2 to the left with 1 slot. It's going to be a give to Blakesley. He does cross the 30 and gets to out the 29-yard line, so he gets roughly half the yardage needed for another first down. It's going to be a 3rd down and about 3, and it will be a 3rd down and 3. 3-yard run there by Blakesley.
Rapini and Boncaldo on the tackle right there. Rapini almost made that tackle on the ground. Did you see that? He's laying on the ground and actually almost makes that big tackle right there by himself.
We're about to hit 5 minutes left in the third quarter. 3rd down and 3. There's an alliteration lesson to any English students as The ball's in the 29-yard line of Orchard Park. Drake in the shotgun formation. 3 wides, 1 slot, 2 backs, and it's going to be a toss sweep to Butera. And he will get to the 25, and he will head out of bounds. He does have enough for a first down, and determining the yards, you'll just have to wait for the spot. He definitely got enough for a first down. So they're nearing that red zone once again after that 6-yard run by Jalen Butera.
Nice pitch, doing everything you can to get him to the outside, right? That's what you're trying to do on a play like that, is because if he's the first one to the outside, he's going to make that turn and watch out.
1st and 10, here's the give to Butera, and he slipped and fell again. 2nd time this drive, and he only get about 1 yard, maybe 2 on that one.
He went down quick on that one, though.
I wonder how slick the turf is from seeing the slippage.
Slick is there some sort of tired dehydration out there? You know what I mean? That he's not able to make some of those cuts.
Or maybe the cleats. Who knows?
It could be anything, right? It could be numerous things.
Well, that was a 2-yard run there. 2nd down, 8, 21-yard line. Drake in a pistol formation takes a snap. He'll shoot it down the field. Caught, and down at the 1-yard line is Darius Freeney on the catch. And saving the touchdown there was Keegan Mancabelli. And he was a receiver who walked off with the limp. He makes that big catch, and I think he's going to get a rest.
Still limping. Look at that. Oh, I mean, unbelievable. Look at that.
And here comes the Wildcat formation that they used to get Butera's 3rd touchdown. Let's see what he does here. I wouldn't mind seeing a pass on this one, but he'll take it, and Butera will walk in standing up for a touchdown. 4th touchdown of the game for Butera, and the Red Raiders have their first lead of the game here at Strider Field this season, 24-20. 4:01 left in quarter number 3.
Can you say Conley Cup nomination? Because that's exactly
Conley
what he's
Cup
done.
nomination.
That's exactly what he's done. He has just been a one-man wrecking show here today. And you can see, you wonder if some of this is cramping we're seeing out in the field from both teams,
Maybe.
right? Especially it's still warm out there. I mean, you
It is.
got to remember, it's been 70s. We've been playing in 80s. They've been practicing in heat. I mean, it could be anything that's going on down there, but you just hope that they're okay.
And Jamestown going for 2 here. Drake takes a snap and pump fakes, looks, and he'll try to keep it himself, and he's going to be stopped short. 2-point conversion, no good. However, Jamestown does have the lead 24-20. And let's see what Orchard Park does here, being behind for the first time here tonight. Let's see what they can do offensively when they get the ball back. This should be interesting.
And Jack McDonald makes that stop there in the 2-point conversion, right? So does a good job. You keep this at a 4-point game, and this also does 2 things, right? Because a touchdown here by Orchard Park, at least you're talking about a field goal, because if you get into one of those close areas in there, that's like an extra point,
right?
You know you're going to have to kick that field goal.
And they're part of the game, albeit they're used very, very rarely in high school football. Like, way more often than not, it never occurs. Teams will either go for it on the 4th down in those distances, or if they score the touchdown, they'll go for 2. But Jamestown's kick crew is out on the field. And Caleb Bain, he's been, besides a couple squib kicks, he's been booming that football deep. And the deep men for Orchard Park, they are going to be Crescente and Mancabelli. Once again, scored 24-20, 4:01 left in the 3rd quarter. Jamestown took their first lead of the game off Jalen Butera's 4th touchdown of the game. Bain gives a signal. He's ready to kick the ball. And here's the boot. And it's a knuckleball down the middle of the field, and that gets fielded there by Crescente. And he will cross the 30-yard line, and he'll get to about the 32. So it'll be a 1st down and 10 for Orchard Park. And 3:53 left in quarter number 3.
Right now, we got another score update. Wow, here's another A versus AA as McKinley leads Niagara Falls 13-0 in the 2nd quarter.
So the spot will be at the 31. It'll be a 1st down for Orchard Park.
Medina leads Timon 38-6. Here comes South Park as now the game is 34-20. West Seneca West leads 34-20 over the Sparks. East Aurora leads Burgard 21-14. And St. Francis leads St. Francis wins 44-13 in the home opener at the Carrier Dome over Liverpool in Syracuse.
And we're going to have a re-kick here. It's going to be from what we are hearing, it was an illegal formation on Jamestown, so it will be a re-kick at the 35-yard line. So Jamestown preparing for a take two. And with you talking about Clarence earlier, Tom, they're up 43-6 over North Tonawanda at halftime. But here comes Bain's next kickoff, and this one down the center of the field, and this one gets fielded there by Moncabelli, and he'll cross the 30, gets to the 35 to the 36, so a few extra yards in spite of that penalty on Jamestown, but 1st and 10 for the Quakers, and they've got the opportunity to reclaim the lead. This will be their first drive tonight doing this behind.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, no, because they started off the game 7-0. You're absolutely right, because they had the ball first and took it right down. So, and if you think about it, the first time with decent field position to start, because they started off pinned down in their zone. So they've got to do something. You've got to answer right here, because the way Butera is playing, and you have not been able to stop him at this point, you've got to believe there's going to be more points put on the board by Jamestown.
And right now they're in a 4-wide set. Dobosh the only back, and here comes the snap to Casella. He'll look to throw, and he gets it away in time, and that one is caught by Dobosh, and he will get it to around the 47, 48-yard line. That will be enough for a first down, and Casella, in spite of the rush, exercised the patience, and it paid off for him.
Yeah, it does a very good job of seeing that rush right and getting the ball out there.
So it will be enough for a first down.
And they stay, Orchard Park staying in that no huddle right there.
They are.
They want that quick pace is what they want.
There's a correction on it. It was a gain of 8 on the play, so it'll be a 2nd down and 2.
Still showing first down on the field.
And the man in motion, that was Velasquez, and he's going to throw a swing pass, and he gets brought down right away, but it is enough for a first down. It was a gain of 3-4 yards, and it was Schultz on the tackle. Velasquez, he's having a busy game as well. So that was a gain of 4 on the play, so it's enough for a Orchard Park first down. And like Jamestown's offense, they're in that let's get the play done quick, a little hurry up. And it's going to be a trips right with 2 slot receivers. Gosella, a little confusion between him and the coach on the play, but it seems to be resolved. Jamestown showing the blitz, and here comes a snap, give to Dobosh, and brought down, and he got back to the line of scrimmage. And once again, one of the guys there was Ty Schultz, back-to-back plays.
Also there was number 18, Radon Wright. He came from the other side right there to be able to help in that one.
So no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10, 2:43 left in the third quarter. Jamestown up 24-20. Gosella in the shotgun formation. Same formation as it was last time. 2 slot receivers on the trips right. Here comes the snap to Gosella. He's looking. He gets away from the pressure, rolls the right flag on the play, going deep down the field, and broken up on the play by Darius Freeney. But there is going to be a flag, and again, that's in the vicinity of holding on the offense.
Freeney's still out there hobbling. Look at this. He's doing this on one leg out there.
You might be right. Maybe just a cramp in the thigh or the calf or something. Probably a little sip of water. Seems to alleviate it.
I don't know. I mean, you see him hopping around out there. I mean, he's just been doing a fantastic job. He really has been big on corner here for Jamestown today.
He's had a great night, and he also made that catch that got to the 1-yard line before Butera's touchdown to give Jamestown their first lead of the night. But a big holding penalty there for Orchard Park, as it will bring it back. We'll wait for the spot because it like you mentioned earlier, it's at the spot of it. So it'll be at their own 32-yard line. So it's going to be a 17-yard penalty on that.
Second and long.
So it's going to be second down, and looks like it'll be second down 20 for Orchard Park here, and it's going to be a trips right, one receiver to the left, empty backfield. Wants to throw, shoots it downfield. It's caught over there by Velasquez, so fine job there by Casella. Trimmed the yards down a little bit, got roughly 12 yards on it, so okay, so it got changed again to 27. Now it's going to be third down 15, so a little bit of confusion on that clock right there. But it's going to be a third down 15, and they got to throw the ball again.
Velasquez comes up big with another big catch by him.
So third down and 16 here for Orchard Park. They got to convert this here. It's going to be four wides, two slots, one on each side, two receivers on each as Dobosh gets sent in motion to the front of the line. Here comes a throw, and that one's caught by Macabelli, and he gets it inside the 35 to around the 32, and that's more than enough for an Orchard Park first down, and another big third and long conversion for Orchard Park. They've done it a few times tonight.
Casella comes up big again on third down, no doubt about it. We've got another score coming from West Seneca. A 95-yard pick return, 4-6 by a Marion Thomas as West Seneca West leads 47-20 over South Park.
And here comes a snap to Casella, and he'll just swing it over to Dobosh, and he'll get back to around the line, maybe got a yard or two. It'll depend on the spot. As we're about to hit 1 minute left in the third, this has been the fastest quarter of this game by far.
See if we got any other updates for anybody.
Second down and 8.
So that was a 2-yard gain on the pass completion to Dobosh. And shotgun once again, Gosella sends Dobosh back to behind him from being in the line, and Gosella wants to throw, and he'll throw it to Dobosh. He makes a one-handed catch, but couldn't hold on to it as he was getting hit by Sean O'Brien. So this is going to be another third and semi-long here. This is going to be a third down and 8.
Pass intended for number 20, Jacob Dobosh, incomplete.
I'll tell you, if Dobosh reels that in, that would have been one hell of a catch that he almost came up with right there.
So it's a third down and 8 at the 31 for Orchard Park. This is definitely 4-down territory here. Gosella gets the play call. Dobosh the only back as we have a 3-wide set. And here's a snap. Gosella gets a wet. No, he's going to get sacked. First sack of the game for Jamestown. And one of the guys there on the rush was Julian McGaughy. And that's a big sack. That was about a 2-3-yard loss right there, and Orchard Park's got to go for it here on a 4th and 11.
I think he got a little bit more than you thought there. It looks like it's about a yard loss is what it is.
Yes, it is.
But still, a loss is a loss, right? It's a big sack right there. Jamestown comes up big, but like you said, it's 4th down territory, and we're going to expect to see Orchard Park. It looks like they're going to call. Are they going to call a timeout here?
No, they're going to let the clock run. It's the end of the third quarter as the score is 24-20 in favor of the Jamestown Red Raiders. You're watching this matchup between them and the Orchard Park Quakers right here on WNY Athletics. Stick around for quarter number 4.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
When you're ready to buy a home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. You can find new listings before they appear anywhere else and refine your search for immediate notifications of similar properties. Plus, get pre-qualified to make your offers stronger and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent who knows your area and how to close the deal. So when you're ready to buy, visit howardhanna.com and find your home fast.
I love being home.
And we're about to start the fourth quarter here at Strider Field in Jamestown, New York. Jamestown up 24-20 over Orchard Park. And the Quakers, they're driving, they are threatening, but it's a 4th and 9. They are at Jamestown's 32, so they got to get to at least the 23 to keep this drive alive and reclaim the lead for themselves.
Listen, this is a big play for both sides of the ball, right? This is a big play for Jamestown because they can make that stop after taking the lead. And a big play, obviously, for Orchard Park being down, trying to drive because they have moved the ball so successfully so far on this drive.
This play is going to come down to who wants it the most. And if this was a game of tug of war with the rope, we might be getting some divots all over the football field.
I'll tell you, this game could be that game that comes down to who has the ball last.
That's what I'm thinking.
You know, you're really getting that feeling is that's exactly where it's going to land, is whoever gets that ball last to see what happens.
So if you're an Orchard Park supporter or fan, hold your breath. 4th down and 9 to 32. And here comes a throw downfield, and that's going to be caught. Caught on the play once again. No. Wait a minute.
He got it.
Yeah, Copeland made the catch as he went down, and another big one there for Copeland. Had that tipped one to himself for a big one in the first half, and he comes up with a big catch here. 1st and goal inside the 10-yard line, and Gosella, I don't want the 9 yards. I want to go for the whole kit and caboodle.
But Gosella does it again on a 4th down, comes up big. On the flip side, we talked about, right, Butera making the name for the Conley Cup. Well, guess what? Gosella's done the same thing for Orchard Park.
And it was a 26-yard gain on the play. 1st and goal at the 6. Give to Dobosh. Pounds the rock inside the 2. Gets it to about the 1.5-yard line. And what a way to start quarter number 4. Orchard Park with a chance to reclaim the lead and shift the other end of the teeter-totter.
2nd and goal from the 2.
4-yard run there by Jacob Dobosh. Going to be 2nd and goal at the 2. It's going to be a stack receiver formation on the right side, 1 receiver to the left. Here's a snap. Give the Dobosh again. Anderson right there again. Once again tackling Dobosh for a loss. Back at the 5-yard line, a 3-yard loss on it. 3rd and goal at the 5.
Oh, is he hurt? He's definitely slow getting up here. Trainer's running out right there.
I'm wondering if it's maybe just one of those cramps or maybe well, we can't obviously determine. We're in one of the best spots in the house, the press box.
Yeah, they're stretching him out like it is a cramp, which we've seen. Like I said, I think we've seen that multiple times today, more often than we expect, with some of those cramping that's been out there. I mean, it's warm. It's warm for a football season.
Yes, it is. And that was a 3-yard loss on the play, too, on the tackle.
But he has just been huge for Jamestown on the defensive side of the ball today, right? I mean, he really, you could say, is right now probably him and Feeney, number 13, your 2 defensive players of the game. So while they're looking at him, why don't we take a quick break while they're looking at him? We'll come back after they tend to Anderson.
Does he do car? Forget about it. How about home? Forget about it. Does he get good rates? Forget about it. And you're saying there's no problem too big for this guy? Forget about it. Paul, this is Johnny, the guy we've been talking about. Johnny, this is Paul Wolf.
Mr. Wolf, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for the invite.
Not a problem. It's Paul.
And it's going to be 3rd and goal at the 5 here for Orchard Park. And before that quick break, Anderson was tending to a cramp he had endured after that big tackle on Dobosh for a loss of 3 prior. As it'll be a 3rd and goal here, and it's going to be Gosella in shotgun. And he wants to throw. End zone! Incomplete. That was intended for Dylan Evans, wanting to go for that hat trick there, and they have to go for it here. Field goal does no good. 4th and goal at the 5-yard line, and both ends of the spectrum. You convert the 4th down, you get the lead back. Big Mo swinging your way, especially with it being the 4th quarter. But Jamestown, big stop there. You have a chance to milk some clock, and if you get a touchdown here, make it a 2-possession game.
Can Gosella do it again on 4th down?
We've seen him do it before. I do believe he could do it
all
again.
day. Timeout. Langworth called him timeout. There's going to be a timeout called right now. Jamestown. Good call, timeout. They obviously wanted to see what Orchard Park was going to set up as. And you saw they were going into, a 4 wide receiver set. I mean, Orchard Park all day has been in that no huddle.
Yes, they have.
In that quick offense. So you don't have that time. You've got to make sure. That's why Langworth had to call that timeout right there. Is you don't got the time when they're in those quick sets and not getting into a huddle.
So Jamestown talking things over on what to do schematically on the defensive side.
So this is that same area you've been talking about on the other end, right? So if Jamestown stops, is this still good for Orchard Park? Because they have them pinned down here.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. Because you're going to get a heavy dose of Butera is what's going to happen down here.
That's the part of the double-edged sword.
Right. And Butera, like I said, has been unbelievable the way he's been running the ball today.
So far tonight, Gosella has gotten it done in the 3rd and longs and the 4th downs. He needs to convert this 4th down here. It's at the 5-yard line, and he's got a 3-wide set, a stack on the left side, and a man set in motion, and a roll out to the right by Gosella, looking to throw, lobs it for the end zone, intercepted! And I believe that was Melendez that picked that off. A huge interception there for Jamestown. That results in a touchback, and it'll be a 1st down and 10 for Jamestown here. So an opportunity to milk up some clock and try to get Butera his 5th touchdown in the game.
And gets them out from that end because we talked about it. They're not going to be pinned now. So now you're bringing them out to the 20-yard line right here. Big difference. That's a double play right there when you talk about getting the interception but also getting them out so they got some room to do things offensively.
A double positive.
The interception in the end zone, the ball was placed at the 20-yard line.
So 1st and 10 at the 20 for Jamestown, and this is the best situation they've been in all night. Having the ball in their hand with the lead and a chance to run the clock down and, like as I said beforehand, maybe give Butera touchdown number 5.
We got a lead change here as Burgard takes the lead over East Aurora 22-21.
And Butera will get the carry here. He crosses the 25, breaks a tackle 30, and makes another man miss, and he gets brought down at around the 39-yard line. Copeland is the one with the stop, but he got spun into a whirlpool before he was able to bring him down.
Another score update as Xander Payne hooks up with Iverson Poole for his 3rd TD pass of the night. Medina leads 46-6 over Timon.
39-yard line, 1st and 10.
That was a 19-yard run on the play by Butera. 1st and 10, 39-yard line. Drake takes a snap, and this is a give to Blakesley. He'll cross the 40, get to about the 43-yard line, so a gain of 4 on the play.
The scores I have right now, Will East, Will North tied at 14. Clarence up 43-6 over North Tonawanda. McKinley up 13-0 over Niagara Falls. Cheektowaga down 27-0 to Grand Island. Kenmore East wins on a forfeit. You've got Sweet Home leading 22-13 over Amherst. Frontier leads Will South 34-6.
And another give to Butera. He'll get near midfield. Pending the spot, it could be a 3rd and short or a 1st down. It'll all depend.
We already said West Seneca West 40, South Park 20. Burgard 22, East Aurora 21. West Seneca East 28, Lakeshore 12. Randolph 26, JFK 0. Salamanca 20, Springville 0. And St. Francis 44, Liverpool 13. There's some of your scores for the night so far.
A big handful of games here on Friday night as that run by Butera was enough for a 1st down, and the clock will continue rolling. Drake will stay in the shotgun. 2 backs, 3 wides. Here's a snap. Another give to Butera. He'll cross midfield, and he'll get knocked out around the 46, 45-yard line.
Butera on the carry.
So it'll be roughly a 4 or 5-yard gain.
So I got a text. It looks like that interception may have been by Butera.
From my view, it looked like it was number 8, and Butera was right behind him.
Yeah, well, again, we're seeing something quick, and they're probably being able to go back and look at it and see who it was, but it may have been Butera that was actually on that interception. Which just shows, again, boy, if that is, it's just unbelievable.
Well, 2nd and 6, 47. It's going to be a give to Blakesley. Almost slip, but regains balance, crosses the 45, and gets to about the 44, 43, so gets half the yardage needed for another 1st down.
I'll tell you, doing a great job of just running the ball, taking time off the clock, doing what they need right now, because right now the clock's in their favor with the lead.
And so far they've burnt off more than 2.5 minutes. That was a gain of 4 there by Blakesley. He'll make it a 3rd down and 2.
And you would think they're nearing right now being able to go for it on 4th down themselves if they don't get this.
Oh, and a lineman jumped.
Yep.
That's going to be a false start on a Garland. He clearly did a little whack-a-mole hop before getting flagged on that. So that's a big penalty, too. It goes from a 3rd and 2 to a 3rd and 7. But even so, I'm still thinking Butera's getting the ball.
Oh, yeah. Listen, because you want to keep taking time off the clock, too, right?
Yeah. And the clock will continue rolling. 7:45 left in regulation. So far, they've burnt off roughly 3 minutes of clock. This is a big 3rd down here for both teams. 3rd down and 7 for Jamestown. And Butera will be set in motion, and it's a fake handoff. Flag on the play. Drake roaming outside the pocket, and he's going to throw a wild one, picked off. And that was not smart there by Drake. That was picked off by Velasquez. Drake would have been better off just taking the sack. Instead, he tried to force it, and he threw a pick.
But you said flag on the play, so let's see what the flag is, though, to make sure that this is a turnover.
It looked like in the vicinity of holding.
False start.
It's going to be on Jamestown. The question is, it will remain Orchard Park ball. And again, I got to say this again. Drake would have been better off taking the sack, but he forced the throw, went right into Velasquez's hands, and could that come back to haunt him? The Orchard Park is down 24-20, but they've got great field position and more than 7 minutes to work with, so there's plenty of time for them to score, but a big mistake there by Drake.
Velasquez coming up big today, huh?
That was a huge one.
Adam Velasquez having a day.
You also got a decent return out of it, too. The ball be at their own 47-yard line. It's going to be a 3-wide set. And Mancabelli's a slot receiver. Here's the throw, and that one's complete, and that was over to Copeland. And broke a couple of tackles, gets it inside the 40-yard line. That is more than enough for a first down, gain of 15 on the play. So it will be a first down for Orchard Park.
And that was taken down by number 8, Colin Melendez.
And the clock continues rolling as we hit 7 minutes left in regulation. And Gasella wanting Dobosh to get with the line for an extra blocker. Here's a snap. And a swing over on the opposite end of Mancabelli. He gets forced out of bounds, but he gets positive yardage out of it. And once again, that was Schultz with the tackle.
Looks like an 8-yard gain, so it'll be 2nd and 2 right here.
And for right now, the clock has come to a stop.
7-yard gain, 2nd and 3.
So it's a 2nd down and 3, and they're inside Jamestown's 35. Gosell in the shotgun formation. Here's the snap. Catches it one-handed with it being a little wild. Throws it down the middle of the field. That's caught by Mancabelli, and he's brought down inside the 5, down to the 2. 1st and goal here for Orchard Park, and an opportunity for them to reclaim the lead.
They were just down here, couldn't get it in, right? You got to get it in this time. You expect a 1, maybe a 2nd chance here for Dobosh, or do they look early on for the pass right here? Because they've been very effective to Dylan Evans. You got Dylan Evans on a 1-on-1 matchup out here. Look for the outside.
And the guy covering him is Freeney this time, not Page. And it's going to be, looked like a keeper there, but he gets stopped behind the line. So it'll be a loss of a yard, be it back at the 5. And one of the deep touchdown pass that Evans caught in the first quarter, it was not Freeney on coverage. That was Sean Page, who Evans just clearly beat him and easily got a touchdown. But
look, did you see he was on that tackle again? Let's talk about it, right? 22 comes up
Ben
big
Anderson.
again. He has just been unbelievable in the defensive front. He comes up big right there for Jamestown.
So it's going to be a 2nd and goal at the 5. Under 6 minutes left in regulation play.
Yeah, now you got Evans and Butera matched up.
This should be interesting. 2nd down and goal at the 5. Gosella takes a snap, avoids the rush, looks, avoids the rush again, and he rolls outside the pocket, throws end zone, touchdown. And it looks like that is once again to Evans, and yes, it is. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game, and Orchard Park reclaims the lead, 26-24, 5.5 minutes left in the third in regulation. And once again, Gosella, patient in the pocket, sees the rush. He's able to use some mobility to extend, get out of the pocket, and find Evans wide open in the back of the end zone.
He was unbelievable right there. I mean, he really did take his time with pressure in his face, still made sure he let Evans get open right there. That is a great job there by Gosella.
Here comes Egan with the extra point. Put down kick on the way, and it's good. 27-24 the score, and from what I'm hearing, Gosella's broken 300 yards passing.
He's had 40 attempts.
That's very unusual in high school ball. 40 attempts, 320 yards passing, and divvy that up, that's 8 yards per attempt. So he's definitely shooting the ball like a gunslinger.
You know, and they've run the ball 12 times for 50 yards. So you're still talking about over 4 yards a clip right there when they run the ball.
But with Dylan Evans' 3rd touchdown of the game, with the hat trick there, Orchard Park reclaims the lead 27-24, and this is the 3rd lead change that we've seen tonight.
So that is final. Burgard has defeated East Aurora 22-21.
Wow.
As East Aurora has had that lead almost the entire game, Burgard comes back for the win.
And from what I'm seeing with the Randolph game, sorry to cut you off there, Tom, Randolph's up in their game respectively against JFK 41-0.
And JFK is, nothing to sneeze at right there. So, I mean, unbelievable. Just shows you how strong they are right there.
And Sweet Home up against Amherst. The score for that's 28-13. And Cheektowaga, they've got a bagel on the board right now. They're down 27-0 over Grand Island.
And I talked about everybody. Watch out for that Grand Island team. Everyone's talking about how great the South is. Remember who gave South Park the run last year? Almost beat them to come here to Jamestown was Grand Island. Watch out. They're going to be tough this year.
They went for 2 and failed on it. And here's a squib kick. And it'll get fielded there by Melendez at the 30. Gets it to the 35 and churning those feet. Gets through on the 39. And again, Egan doing it smart, keeping it out of Butera's hands. Just a 20-25 yard squib kick. But Jamestown will take it. It's going to be good field position. And it's going to be at the 40-yard line. So chance for Jamestown to reclaim the lead, and they've got more than 5 minutes to do it. They've got plenty of time.
Oh, no doubt about it, which is why don't deviate what got you here, right? You can run the ball. You still have more than enough time to run the ball. It's what they've been doing effectively all game. Expect huge doses right here. Your man that got you here, and you're going to see him in the backfield by himself. We've seen him joined by multiple guys here in the second half, but they're going to go back to that single back set.
And the main guy for the second back was Blakesley, and Blakesley's done fairly well when he's gotten touches, and Anderson, when he's not plugging up the running holes, he's gotten a few carries, and he's done well with those too.
Yeah, I mean, this has just been like a game you've really talked about, where we talked about the kind of the stars coming into the game, right? I've been talking about this sophomore to sophomore connection of last year, which is now the junior to junior connection, right? Yeah. Which is Gosella to Evans, right? You don't normally see each of the stars really step up, and you've seen Gosella and Evans 3 touchdowns back with each other today. They've been able to find each other in sync, but I've also loved what I've seen from Gosella as he's been using 5 different receivers to his advantage and done a fantastic job of really spreading the ball throughout his teammates. And then you flip it on the other side. And Butera, you're coming to Jamestown as a team, and you're going to see Butera, and you're going to see heavy doses of him. And guess what? He still delivers, and delivers with, he's got approaching, I mean, they've got 317 yards rushing themselves. He has to be at 200 himself.
Oh, he's got to be.
So you're talking about an incredible day right here from Butera and showing why these guys are showing why they're some of the top players in Western New York.
And Butera does also have 4 touchdowns as well. He's accounted for all the scoring. As Drake's in the shotgun, he will send Boron in motion. Here's the snap, and it's going to be a give to Butera. He'll cross the 45 to midfield, makes a couple men miss, gets escorted out at around the 41, and now he's hobbling with possible cramp.
That's what you can see is you think it's just that. That's literally what's going on. He looks like he's all right. He's already doing some high knees and stuff. But you can see is no doubt that you're going to see throughout Western New York that cramping is going to be something we're going to be talking about while the weather is still nice. But even when it gets cold, you still see guys cramping. Like it's something you see in this game often. You got to make sure you're hydrating. Not in the game. It's got to be all day long, and it's got to happen early in the day.
And take 2, it's to Butera right up the middle, 35, and escaping a couple of tacklers, but he gets forced out inside the 35. So another good run there by Butera.
And forced out by number 76, Ben Sealski.
So 34-yard line now for Jamestown. That was a 7-yard run there by Butera. And now Blakeslee's going to come into the game.
Is Butera out?
I wonder if they're giving him a breather.
I don't see him. I don't even see him in the. Is he on the ground?
I don't know if he is. He's probably. I would guess he's laying on the red.
He is. He's laying on the red right there. You see on the red. The team's got around him.
Yeah.
They're going to call timeout right here.
Yeah, situations like that, and
he has to be cramping. That's got to be a cramp. But he's on the ground right now. His teammates kind of are all got him blocked, so it's tough to see. But, listen, boy, this is – you can't ask for a better game here for game one.
No, and a great way to open the season. And it seems like Butera's just still laying on the ground. And while we're waiting for this, we're going to take a quick break here. 5:08 left in regulation. Jamestown down 27-24, but they are driving, so stick around. You're watching this matchup right here on WNY Athletics.
How can I help?
I got a problem. I got a big problem. The house flooded overnight, everything's destroyed, and I don't know what to do.
You can relax. The wolf is on his way.
What's the damage?
It's bad.
As opposed to good? It's 20 minutes away. I'll be there in 10.
You're Teddy?
Yes, sir.
I'm Paul Wolf. I solve problems.
Oh, good, because I got a big one in here.
May I come in?
Absolutely.
And we're about to get back into action here. 2nd down and 3 at the 34-yard line for Jamestown. Blakeslee's in for Butera for the time being as Boron's sent in motion. Here's a snap. Give to Blakesley. And he's going to get bottled up right away. And he'll be lucky if he got back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to be no gain as we have 5 minutes left in the in regulation.
Cross for Peeney, the first one in there on the tackle. Does a great job right there. So here you go, big 3rd down, but they are absolutely in 4th down territory. Don't expect anything less right here. Clock keeps ticking right here with 4:40 right now left inside this game.
And Butera is back up on his feet, and he's on the sideline about to put his helmet on. So that's always a good sign. It's going to be a give to Blakeslee again, and he'll cross the 30, and he got enough for the 1st down, so he does get the job done there. So it is enough. Needed 2, got 5. So it is a Red Raiders 1st down at the 28-yard line, and they're inching ever closer as Butera's back into the game.
And that clock will just stops enough for the chains to move. Once they move, the clock keeps going, as you see right now.
Getting closer and closer to the end zone by each play. 4 wide set, Butera the back. Here's a snap. Give to Butera again. He'll get to the 25-yard line. So a 3-yard gain, he'll make it a 2nd and 7. As we're about to hit 4 minutes left in the 4th.
Everything what you asked for, right? What we talk about, we actually said it, right? Who is going to have the ball last could be right now what it is. And is it going to be Jamestown right here with the ball at the end? Still a lot of time left, though, in this one.
And O'Brien's sent in motion. Here's a snap. A give to Butera. He will cross the red zone to the 20 and brought down at the 19-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and short. It was a gain of 6 yards there by Butera. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. And we're outside of 3.5 minutes left in regulation. It's 27-24 still the score, and taking their time, which is understandable because Gosel's gotten it done rather quickly each offensive possession. Here's a snap. And it's a give to Butera again. He's at the 10. Breaks. Oh, he gets past the 10. And one of the guys that bring him down was Velasquez, one of the ones that possibly saved touchdown number 5 of the night for Butera.
Velasquez on the stop.
3 minutes left in regulation. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line for Jamestown.
9-yard line. 1st and goal, Red Raiders.
What a way to open up your 2021-2022 season if you're either one of these teams right here, right now at Strider Field. 1st and goal at the 9. It's been pretty much Butera along with Blakesley. Here's a snap. Give to Butera. Gets to the 5. Pounds through a defender. Gets in. Touchdown. Jamestown reclaims the lead. 2:41 left in regulation. 30-27 the score in favor of Jamestown. Touchdown number 5 for Butera. And this extra point is very important. If they make it, Orchard Park will have to score a touchdown. Should it fail, Orchard Park can still tie it with 3 if they wanted to do that.
But I'll tell you, a lot of time left. 2:41.
Yes, there is.
Remember, clock stops for every first down that's out there. So you get a time to get up there and get to the to get there. No doubt there's still more than enough time.
Providence had 1 missed, 1 blocked. This extra point is through. 31-27, so getting it made when it matters most. 2:41 left in regulation. But honestly, I'm looking forward to see what Ben Gosella and Orchard Park's going to do in a situation like this. They've gotten it done on 3rd and longs. They've gotten it done on the 4th down. Let's see what they can do with 2:41 left in regulation, down by 4. You can't hit the panic button here. I'm sure they're embracing this moment right now to get back out in the field and reclaim this lead. Back and forth we're going here in the second half.
Yeah, no doubt. In fact, I actually looked and said when it was 3 minutes, I was almost about to say is, will it be a bad thing for Butera to go in here to give yourself enough time to get down on the field, right? Because now you're still talking, like I said, 2:41 left because Butera scores with so much time still left on the clock.
So possibly purposely going down to 1, burn a little more clock. And Orchard Park does have 2 timeouts left, so they're in a good situation in spite of this deficit. They've got 2:41 left in regulation, 2 timeouts, and with a good return here, or if Jamestown chooses to do a squib kick, it would be good field position, so nothing to panic about. This is something where Orchard Park can get it done, and they have gotten it done tonight when it's mattered.
Yeah, listen, both teams have got it done tonight. Wow, when it's mattered. I mean,
Yes,
it's been a great game by both teams so far. This is a first game of the year that, like I said, very rarely do they ever come up to these expectations. But like we said, it's a rivalry game, game 1, and they're playing exactly like that.
Bain getting ready to kick it off for Jamestown. Here comes the boot. And he's going to score. Oh, it hits off his leg, and that's recovered by Jamestown. Unbelievable. When it hits off of an opposing player before 10 yards, that's a live ball, and that was just an unlucky bounce. And right there for the recovery, it looked like it may have been, I'm not sure it was a number in the 50s that recovered it, but it bounced off the leg of one of the front linemen for Orchard Park. Just a bad break for them. Right place, right time for Jamestown. Wow.
That's all you can say is wow, right? And would you expect anything less that it's going to be like a crazy play in this game? I mean, we've just seen so much. So now what do you expect, right? Now the question is, does Butera get 6?
I would say so. Let him get a little Ernie Nevers, a little Alvin Kamara action. But it was not bad execution by Orchard Park. It was just bad luck. From seeing it, if the front lineman that hit off his leg, if he would have shaded a little to the right or to the left, I don't think that would have hit him. But he just stood where he was, hit him right on the front of the leg, and one of the up linemen for Jamestown on the kickoff recovered the ball, and they're in Orchard Park territory, so they've got a shot to run some clock and, more importantly, make OP burn those timeouts. It's going to be a 1st down and 10 here at the OP 47. Here's the give to Butera. And he roams around the outside to the 40, and he's gone. Goodbye. Put the exclamation point on it. Touchdown number 6 for number 6. Jalen Butera goes off to the right sideline, and Forrest Gump couldn't have ran that even better. 37-27 now the score, and even though with 2:24 left, that may have been the dagger.
I think that's exactly what it was, and we've been talking about it all day. If Butera gets to the outside, there is not many people that really could catch him. One of the fastest guys in Western New York, and he does it again. Gets to the outside quick. Unbelievable. He really shows it over and over again. He's been one of the top players here in Western New York. And what do you say? 6 touchdowns when you know the ball's coming to you? Unbelievable.
And the extra point by Profit is good, 38-27. And what a turn of events here. An unlucky break for Orchard Park turns into a big score here for Jamestown. And it was not a mistake by Orchard Park at any means. It was just an unlucky direction of a hit. And Jamestown took advantage of it. And Butera, he taxed Orchard Park with that touchdown run right there.
But what do we say over and over and over again? Special teams are going to come up in every game, and here it is. The special teams comes up huge and is the reason why Jamestown's going to win this game.
However, though, Orchard get an onside kick, you never know. Orchard Park, we have seen them get to the end zone at a very quick pace. I'm predicting they're going to go empty backfield. They're going to abandon giving it to Dobosh. They're going to start throwing it downfield. And I think what Langworthy's going to do, let OP run, let the Quakers get the center of the field. Don't let them go out of bounds. Make them burn the timeouts. They're just going to leave the center of the field open but cover the sidelines so that the timeouts can get burnt and there'll be none for them to work with should they end up scoring and then having to try and get the ball back. So that should be the strategy. Leave the center open, but don't let them go out of bounds. But Bain with that impromptu of a squib kick there, and it hit off. From what I'm seeing, it looked like 46 was that man, and here comes another squib, goes through the gaps, and it gets recovered at the 26-yard line and brought down inside the 30 to around the 32-33, and you're Orchard Park. You've got to hit the urgency button right here.
Yeah, like you said, you're going to probably see them just go to, an empty backfield. Dobosh is out there, though, so we'll see, or do you use Dobosh
as a blocker?
As that we've seen them for you, so you still keep him in and use him as a blocker because he's done a great job of helping give Gosella that extra time that is needed.
So 67 yards to cut the deficit down. And this is the first time either team has taken a 2-possession lead in this ball game. It's going to be shotgun formation, empty backfield. Gosella takes a snap, wants a throw, throws it, incomplete. That was intended for Jeremy Copeland. So it'll be 2nd down and 10, 2:14 left in the game, 38-27 in favor. So not the end of the world with that. The incompletion does stop the clock. It avoids it running. They do have 2 timeouts remaining. As again, they're going to remain in that empty backfield and use Dobosh as another blocker. And he's done very well with that. Here's a snap. And, sacked on the play. And that's a big one. And it looked, yes, it is. The guy on the sack was Julian McGaughey. And that's a big sack right there as we hit 2 minutes left in the game. And we'll see how many yards was lost on that, but that's a big one. The 2nd sack of the half for Jamestown on Gosella, and it's a 5-yard sack. 3rd down and 15 as the clock keeps ticking. And Orchard Park kind of taking their time here trying to call this play. They're losing precious seconds doing this. Can't afford to burn a timeout with doing it. You've got to get the play called, and you got to snap the ball now if you're Orchard Park. 3rd down and 15 at the 28. A little over a minute and a half left in the game. Gosella in the shotgun formation, takes the snap, wants to throw, gets outside the pocket, sacked again! This time by Ben Anderson, who's been all over the defense tonight, and now it's going to be a 4th and about 19, and they've got to go for it here. It's 11 points, there's no looking back. So it's going to be a 4th down and 16. It's going to be a 1-yard sack. So we're about to hit 1 minute left in the game. And again, Orchard Park, they're taking their time here. I don't know what in the world they're doing, but they're losing time doing this. As it's going to be a 3-wide set. And a timeout's going to be called by Jamestown. So I would guess they would do something like a Hail Mary coverage, the man up 3 deep, or possibly a cover 4, cover 5 to cover the middle of the field, so in case they try a little razzle-dazzle.
Well, you would think, too, at the same point, like, we talked about earlier in the game, like, even if you throw a deep, deep pass, right, and it's intercepted, it's just like a punt where you're giving them, you know what I mean, like, get out of bad field position. It's just something that's deep that's out there. So, we'll see exactly what happens here, but boy, what a game here by Jamestown. You really saw it was who was going to have the ball last. Jamestown comes up with a great play right there in the end, and then it's just a dose of Butera. He has just been the man today. No doubt week 1, he gets a Conley Cup nomination.
So it's going to be 4th and 16 at the 27-yard line. Gosella in the shotgun. He'll just shoot it deep downfield, and it's going to be incomplete. And that was intended for Mancabelli, and it's going to be a turnover on downs, and Jamestown's going to win this thing 38-27. And in spite of the loss, Orchard Park should not be ashamed. They gave Jamestown a run for their money tonight. It just came down to one unlucky play, a bad break, and Butera just cracking the barrel open with that big touchdown run for a 6-1 of the night.
Yeah, like I said, he really has put this Jamestown team on his back, and he's telling that A South division, watch out, because you're going to need to stop me along the way.
And if they were smart, they would just do the victory formation, run the clock out, and walk away 1-0, and that's what it looks like they're going to do here.
Yeah, they are. You just saw Drake call his player in from the outside so they could bunch right here.
So Jamestown going in the victory formation here. They're going to start the season 1-0. And again, the final score is going to be Jamestown 38, Orchard Park 27, though there's still 37 seconds left in the game. And I believe they will not have to run another play. They can just let the clock run. But again, Orchard Park, they gave it a valiant effort. Gosella had a masterful performance tonight. Him and Dylan Evans hooked up for 3 touchdown passes. And in spite of the loss, he needs to walk out with his head up high. He gave it a great effort, just came up short in the end.
Yep, because, it really is. It was a great game by both teams, and you're talking about one play that really kept this from a one-score game, right?
Yes.
If you think about it. If that doesn't happen there where it bounces off the front guy right there, you're talking about this is a one-possession game. It just was a great game seen by both teams. This is a kind of game that lived up to exactly what we talked about. No doubt. Jamestown shows, get ready, Western New York. You got to come through Jamestown, no doubt about it.
Yes, that you do. And Jamestown, they will be on the road next week for their next game. Not sure yet on who it is, but they will start their season 1-0.
Jamestown will be at Will South is where they're going to be next week, and Orchard Park will be taking on Grand Island.
Those should be some good games, but once again, the final score here is Jamestown Red Raiders 38 and the Orchard Park Quakers 27. And on behalf of WNY Flex and from the 300 Level Media Company, along with Tom Prince, I'm Norm Rodriguez saying you've been watching this matchup between the Jamestown Red Raiders and Orchard Park Quakers right here on WNY Athletics. Until next